What's up, party people? We are back with a brand new edition because, of course, it's Easter, which I was not going to go live, and I made a whole declaration yesterday that I was not going to go live, and yet here we are. Here we are. This is what happens when, but in my defense, I have a lot of things I have to get done today because it's Easter. But I didn't introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to, of course, work in your favor. I already know that sounds good to you, so click that follow button. Hey, kitty cat cat. Also, I've extended the date to the live event. It'll be next Sunday, so go ahead and grab your spot now where we're going to release those negative emotions of yours so that you can get your shit right. Okay. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one so that you can figure out where you're going wrong and you can get your SP conforming like now, then also all links are in said bio. Thanks, MKD girlfriend. Also, we have a WhatsApp community, which is lit, and there's oodles of success stories and movement like every single freaking day. So we'll start with the obvious. Join the WhatsApp community. I also go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time, with, of course, the exception of today. If you ever miss a live, don't trip. I always upload them on the tube of you. So head on over there, just subscribe while you're there. Let them play. Most of them, with the exception of today, are long as shit. Okay. So let them play. Mute the volume. I don't care. Help me get my watch hours and engage in the videos. Okay. So therefore it pushes it out to more people because I want more people to understand there's a lot of trash on the internet and we need to get it right. Okay. And it's about leveraging the law. Hey, Sarah Anna bitch. You've been getting a gang of movements. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I literally just went live 2 minutes ago. So, hey, Jay sister. So let's talk about, hey, Liz, let's talk about Easter and exactly what that means. Okay. Have you ever noticed Easter is not on the same day every year? Have you ever asked why that is? Because the Bible is nothing more than a metaphor. Okay. Which is why I suggest, if you want to know more, and let's say you really are into the Bible, right? But you want to know what these things mean, okay? Happy Easter, CC and Lisa. Then I suggest you read Neville Goddard's collection. The only thing I like about Neville Goddard's collection is that he deciphers the Bible for you, right? And he gets you to realize that all of it is nothing but a metaphor, okay? Which makes sense, right? Because I always used to joke and say, let's just write some shit down. Let's bury it in the ground. And if people find that crap 10,000 years from now, then it's law, So what does he has risen mean? Okay. What it means is it's not Jesus did not rise from the dead. Spoiler alert. Sorry, but he didn't, which is why obviously Easter is not on the same day every year. Right. So what it means is it means that you have risen, basically, is you're the one rising to a level of higher consciousness. So what that means, thanks, girl. It is a robe. It is a robe. Underneath here is my pajamas. I'm very busy today, by the way, guys, because I'm putting I bought these. Yeah, up-leveling my game. I have cute little spice containers for all my spices. And me and my daughter have a date to paint some wooden eggs. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're painting wooden eggs today. Mine will be a little more classy because every year we make something to decorate for decor in our home. Kill two birds with one fucking stone, if you know what I'm saying. And they're a lot cheaper than if you buy them pre-done. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I digress. Okay, so he has risen means you have risen. Okay, where it's basically saying that whatever you desire, is now no longer a desire. You're turning it into your reality. Okay. So you're rising in a higher level of consciousness saying, no, whatever I desire, I'm supposed to have. So because I'm supposed to have it, I'm going to take that from the desire category, the desired state, and put it in the I have it state. Okay. Your reality state. Okay. You're shifting states, because everything is a state, right? Everything is a fucking state. And everything, right now, a lot of what you guys want is in wanting states. Like SP is, I want to be with my SP. I want my SP back. I want this for my SP. I want that for my SP. I want him to commit. I want him to call me more. I want him to unblock me. I want. You're in wanting state, which keeps everything A want is no different than a desire. Okay, so you are keeping yourself stuck in wanting and desire state, which implies you don't have it, right? Because want creates more want. So instead, we need to take everything that we want and we need to shift it into everything that we have state. Like, I have this. My SP is mine. I have it. 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 Okay, so it's like, I don't want him to contact me. He is contacting me right now. I don't want him to unblock me. I'm already unblocked. Okay, I don't want to be with my SP. We're together, or we're getting back together right now. Right? So I want you guys to write down everything that you want from your SP. What do you want in your fucking life? Let's be honest. Okay, what do you want from your SP? What do you want what do you want for your health? What do you want for your money? What do you want for your business success? What do you want? And everything that you want, you're now going to flip all that to everything that you have. Okay? Like, this is happening now. That's what he has risen means. You have risen, not he. I mean, let's be frank though. If he could rise from the dead, I mean, I don't know if I'd want to. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means. So I figure you guys should know that. So therefore, we have to stop giving credit to somebody else or something else, right? Like, somebody posted in the success stories that she was asking the universe to bring her SP. Well, that didn't work because the universe didn't bring her shit, right? The universe isn't bringing you anything. Just like your higher power is also not bringing you anything. You are. And that's it. So you have to stop giving your power away. Ooh, Bianca, that's a good question. But let me tell you, so I was outside, like I'm always outside, right? Pacing. And I was going to take out the trash. And I told you guys that I could fix my neighbor's marriage, but they're my morning cup of tea. Like, I love their drama. So I was like, Well, he approached me, the husband approached me today, and he's like, I just want you to know that I listen to you when you're on your calls. And I was like, oh, so you're eavesdropping? I love that for me. I mean, not like I'm to judge. I'm nosy as fuck. So he's like, I just want to let you know that you are just like so good. Like, everything you're saying is so true. And I just want to ask you questions. And I was like, so my morning entertainment, my daily entertainment it's gonna go away, guys. It's gonna go away because I count myself. I'm gonna help him, which means that now I won't have morning entertainment because they won't be arguing 2,500 times a day. Okay, but the most effective, to answer your question, Bianca, the most effective in manifesting marriage, it depends. If you're in a relationship with your SP right now, then you need to see yourself as being a perfect wife, as somebody who he wants to marry, someone he loves. I know, I am moving away. That's true. So I can save their marriage before I leave. Good idea, Lisa. But it's effective in manifesting marriage is if you're in a relationship with him, you have to see yourself as him wanting to marry you. If you're questioning, does he want to marry me? Where are we going at with this? Like, is he ever going to propose to me? Is he going to marry me? Then no. He's not, because you don't know. When you know that he wants to marry you, when you know that you're the love of his life, that he can't live without you, and he wants nothing more than to spend the rest of his fucking life with you, then he will. He has to carry out your assumptions, okay? So, well, how young are you, Bianca? Girl, you're the one asking how you manifest marriage, and they're saying, but you're young. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of 18-year-olds that get married. There's a lot of people with their high school sweethearts. So whatever you want out of your relationship, he has to carry out. Okay. But you have to come from a level of certainty. Okay. Yeah. You are young. You are young. But so what? So what? See yourself as the perfect wife. Tell yourself that. He's so in love with me. He wants to marry me right now. He is so in love with me. He wants to marry me. He is so in love with me. He wants to marry me. Tell yourself that. Okay. But don't question it. Don't sit there. You can't wait, right? I tell you guys every day is most of you guys are sitting there waiting for them to do something. Again, this is coming from the want category, right? I want him to commit. So I'm going to just wait until he commits. No, that's not how that works, right? No, he's committed to me. He's fully committed to me. He wants to marry me right now, in fact. He can't imagine his life without me in it. He wants to be with me forever. Okay, when you come from that notion, then that's when he starts to talk about your future. He starts to talk about getting married. He starts to talk about all that stuff because he's only reflecting your thoughts. So you need to make sure that your thoughts are all about him wanting to marry you, right? Him wanting to be with you forever, him wanting to spend the rest of his life with you. And then he will. You can tell yourself whatever you want, okay? But go in whole story mode about how perfect of a marriage you have. Right? Describe him that way as perfect husband. And he has to push that out. It's manifest. In my case, I say he's unblocking me or he has unblocked me. He has. He has. If you want, hey, Haley girlfriend, if you want to be unblocked so bad, then yes, you would say he's unblocking me right now. He's unblocking me right now. He absolutely is unblocking me right now. Or you can say he's unblocked me. He's unblocked me. He's totally unblocked me already. Okay. If that's what it means, if that is what matters to you. Okay. But I keep telling you guys that the block situation doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. Because, hey, teddy bear, because if I had somebody show up at their, like literally she had her SP show up at her house unannounced, still blocked. You know what I mean? Okay. You know what I mean? So that's what I got for you today. Okay. Clearly I'm not a redneck. I try, but I'm not a redneck. And if you are, God bless you. Hey, can we find sister? Okay. So, you need to understand that. Okay. So I want you guys literally to sit there so you have to understand, let me ask you a question. Okay. In your spectrum of what you want. Okay. So it's manifest. Do you want to be unblocked or do you want your SP to contact you? What's your pleasure? You have to look at blocked as like a flattery, if you will. So instead of so many people look at being blocked as like a negative thing, but what happened if you turned it into a flattery thing? Like you're like, of course, how else can he creep with my profile without me knowing it? He's obsessed with me. He cannot stop looking at my profile. Like he's literally on my profile every fucking day. So therefore the block thing isn't that serious. It's not a big deal. Okay. It's not a big deal. If you look at it if you change the meaning of being blocked to something that's, good, not bad, right? Most people assign negative meaning to blocked versus saying, of course, because he loves to stalk my profile. Why wouldn't he? He can't stay off my profile. He literally is on my profile all day long. He absolutely wants to know what I'm doing. Because I tell you guys, being blocked, they could unblock you 55,000 times in one day and you would have no idea and look at all your shit and you have no idea because you can't see their activity. The second they block your ass again, it goes away. Okay. So they can unblock you all day for all you know. For all you know. He can unblock you every freaking night and see what you're doing and then block you again while you're sleeping. Okay. So don't worry about it. But if it bothers you, then just say that, yeah, you're unblocked. I was watching this guy before I came on here. I was watching this guy that, he's the faceless guy, the one that like you stare at his fucking ceiling the whole time. How annoying is that? You stare at his ceiling the whole time and then think that this guy, if he can't even show his face, well, that tells me a couple things. One, either he can't show his face because he's got something to hide. Okay, because he doesn't show their face, right? They have something to hide. Or they don't want people around them to know what they're talking about. So therefore, they don't reveal who they are. Okay. Which is fucking stupid. It's stupid. But he was saying, he's like, I don't understand, guys. I don't understand. You should just like manifesting whatever you want is all the same. Just decide. Just know you have it. Just say it. That tells me he hasn't manifested shit. Because I don't care if you are like a master at manifesting, like a mega boss at manifesting. You are not some perfect ass bitch that's going to sit around and be like, yeah, I have it. And not think against it, right? Like, yeah, I want $1 million in my bank. Okay, well, just tell yourself you have it. That's it. Seriously? That's the advice you're giving people? That just tell yourself you have it. Okay, why don't you go ahead? I felt like challenging him and saying, oh, since it's that simple, go ahead, take a screenshot of your bank account right now and go ahead and tell yourself that you know you have $1 million in your bank, and then go ahead and take another screenshot. Let me know what shows up. Since you're just this master bitch that can sit there and it's actually a guy, but since you're just this master dude that can just, say, you have it and then keep it pushing, the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yo, you want your mom to lose weight? Just say that she's lost 125 pounds. Just keep moving. Just keep it pushing. Okay. Well, you let me know how that works out for you. Because that tells me that he hasn't manifested a damn thing. I'll just talk about it. He can't even manifest self-concept enough to, come on camera. So there's that part. Create reality. What do I think about manifesting SP solely through self-concept? I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. You can manifest your SP solely through self-concept. However, there's a lot of people that have great self-concepts. Okay, self-concept is not necessarily attached to your SP, and you have to understand that. So there's a lot of people that have a great self-concept, and they believe. I have clients like this where they believe they can get anybody. Not a big deal. I can get whoever I want, except the one I want. That's when the self-concept thing takes a play. Okay, so it's like, yeah, can you manifest other things through self-concept? Yeah, you can. But when it comes to your SP, you also need to see yourself as the one that he wants. Okay, like the one that he wants specifically. Not just everybody loves me type shit, right? Because it's like, yeah, everybody loves you. Great. So everybody starts treating you better. Everybody starts, treating you good. Men start hitting on you, all that stuff. But what about your SP, right? You have to see yourself as being desired specifically by your SP, right? Your SP wanting you. Okay, so that's where you would have to word certain self-concepts to imply that you're talking directly about your SP wanting you, not just humanitarian, not just men in general, right? Because that's not how that works. Because then you'll get a bunch of men that want you except for your SP. And so you have to take a look at your self-concept when it comes to your SP specifically. Okay, because there's two different types of self-concept, right? You have confidence in general. You have a great self-concept in general in life. But then when it comes to certain things that you want, where's your self-concept on that, in that category? So again, it's like with men in general or with specifically with your SP, where is your self-concept level there? And then weave in self-concept affirmations that imply your SP specifically wants you. And that's like, whoever I want wants me even more, right? No one compares to me. I'm the perfect girlfriend and he knows it. I'm perfect and he knows it, right? So that's self-concept, but relating specifically to a specific person, okay? Don't intertwine the two. Because you guys have to remember that everything boils down to your beliefs. So if you're like an avid believer of like the full moon, then you need to make it work for you. Okay, you need to make it work for you because there's a lot of people that's their assumption is that, oh, the full moon, the blood moon, this moon, that moon, the fucking third is when you manifest. Like it's extra intense. Just like my mom believes that people like, you'll notice this, right? Is like, if you believe that people change when it leads up to the full moon, like what is it? Like, I don't fucking know what they call it. Mercury retrograde. What does it call it? Something like that. Some shit like that. And then you start noticing that society in general is just evil that day, right? Like people are just assholes that day. Cause my mom's that way where she's like, it must be a full moon coming up. Right. So she'll but then if that's the case, because that's her assumption, every time it gets close to a full moon, you don't even have to know the fucking day of the full moon. And all of a sudden people start acting like assholes. because that is your assumption. You've made that connection. So if you do have those assumptions, you need to make that shit work for you instead of against you. Okay. By saying, oh, it's the full moon. Okay, cool. I'm not saying go down the whole fucking full moon rabbit hole. That is not what I'm saying. Where you leave, because I did that, like leave crystals out, leave the moon water out, all that stupid shit, right? But do you believe that? Do you believe that the full moon revs up your manifestation? If you do, there's nothing wrong with that. But now it's time to make it work for you and say, oh yeah, the full moon. SP, get ready, bitch. Get ready. Because it's the full moon. And the stars are aligning for me to get my manifestation. There you go, kitty cat. Cat, I'm going to respond today. I got a lot of time on my hands today. And I'm really hoping that the one place I want to order food from is fucking open. Because you don't realize, my mom went out of town when we were younger. And she was gone for Easter. And my dad was like, I'll go ahead and I'll book. My dad's like, well, let's go out to eat instead of cooking. You don't realize that ain't shit open on Easter. I was like, it's just Easter. What's the big damn deal? More things are open on Christmas than they are on Easter. But I'm really hoping that Mongolian barbecue is open today because I really want some Mongolian. And I'm getting all meat and veggies. I'll make my own noodles. Thank you very much. But does that mean she's having bad dreams about me too? No, I don't give a damn. No, it's not the context of your dreams doesn't mean that that's matching her context of the dreams. If you're in her dream, if she's in your dream, then you're in hers. Not the same storyline. That would be weird, right? I mean, that's kind of cool, but weird at the same time. And you have to remember, like, you guys should not be, unless that's something you believe in again, but it's like, you need to take a look because you don't want to create assumptions that don't benefit you, right? Which is why I don't come out here and create assumptions that don't benefit you because it hurts your manifestation if you have all these bullshit assumptions like, oh, your dreams mean something. They're a prediction of the future. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Do you have any weird ass dreams I have? And if that's a prediction of the future, well, then I don't know what the hell that even means. You know what I mean? Like, I had a weird dream last night. I can't recall the dreams because I really don't care too much about them. But it would be weird. It would be weird if, like, you thought your dreams were a future predictor. They're not. So you don't want to assume things like that because the shit's not going to benefit you at all because all you're going to do is get stuck in your head and be like, and like, then you're going to throw dream. I had a client do this. She's like, I'm the chat GPT girl. That's how she does. That's how she introduced herself to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, I had a dream about my SP. Let me put that into chat GPT and have chat GPT tell me about my boyfriend. And that's what that does. That's what that does. Like literally, you'll put it in and they'll be like, oh, your boyfriend has insecurities and all that from a fucking dream. Seriously. Seriously. But then that taints your vision. That taints your opinion about them, which is why I tell you guys to stay away from anything that's going to taint your opinion about you and your SP, right? Psychics, tarot card readers, all of that stuff, stay away from it. If it's going to, astrology, all of that stuff, if it's going to taint your vision of you and your SP, why do that? Why pigeonhole yourself to believe that you have to, do these things to be with your SP or, we're not compatible. Or my sign today, my astrology reading today, it said this. So I'm going to go live my life based on that. Like what? The only thing you should be listening to when it comes to any of that shit is whatever you want to hear. Whatever benefits you. That's what you should be listening to. Because I had a psychic reading one time at my mom's Christmas party. She was almost dead on. But only because I believed her. She's like, you're going to meet somebody. He's going to be a little bit older than you. And he was like 2 years older than me. And she's like, and he's your soulmate. You guys are going to be like best friends. And you're going to come into a lot of money. I was like, oh, sick. Well, that part didn't happen. But I did meet a guy, right? But only because I was like, because there's something to that when you believe. And so it's like, why do you want to believe something that doesn't benefit you? That fucking makes no sense. That makes no sense. Why would you want to assume something to be true because some fucking body on the internet told you that shit and it doesn't, for what? For what? Why go down this rabbit hole of consuming information like you're going to be a professor on the subject? Like, because some people will ask me certain things. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I choose not to go down a consumption rabbit hole and figure out all this shit, because all you're doing is saying it's not here yet. It's not working. It's not here yet. It's not working. It's not here yet. Oh, I need to do this now too. Now you got 55,000 things that are preventing your manifestation. For what? For what? No. So I don't do my research on none of that shit either. At all. Okay, it's manifest. You want your SP to text you, unblock you, and ask you to date. Okay. Well, spoiler alert. Your SP will text you, unblock you, and ask you to date again when you decide they are. When you put on your crown and you decide that they're taking me on a date, they're asking me out. Yeah, they're absolutely unblocking me. Who the fuck blocks me in my own damn house? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. Whoever disrespects me in my own house, I don't think so. You think you have a choice whether you're going to text me? Yeah, you do. When I decide that you will. Okay. You want to, I want him to ask me to date him. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to start telling myself that he'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. He'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. And he will. And he will. And the closer, so like, let's say you get unblocked today. That's my intention for all of you. You get unblocked today. Why would they ever block you? Okay, so let's say he unblocked you today and he texts you today. And you guys start talking all the time. And then you guys start hanging out and you guys start spending time together. Well, the minute you start identifying yourself as girlfriend, as in a relationship, that's when he will ask you to date him. When you start assigning that meaning to that. But so often you guys will assign the meaning of, where's this going? What are we doing here? When's he going to ask me to be his girlfriend? What is this? Just a fucking hookup? We're in a situationship? The fuck is that? What the hell is a situationship? First of all, you should never assign friendship to you and your SP. I have enough friends. I don't need another friend. No. And friends with benefits, what the fuck is that? I can go to the bar and find friends with benefits. No. Situationship, again, what the hell is a situationship? You guys are putting every label on your relationship other than relationship. And then you're upset because they will push that out. And they'll be like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. The only reason they ever say that is because you don't think they do. You're questioning if they do. No, I don't think so. So the only thing you should be assigning meaning to, if you guys are spending all the time, if you guys are spending time together and talking all the time, the only meaning you should be giving that shit is relationship. And they will do the same. But right now, you guys do the fucking opposite. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? SP told me last night that he loves me. Of course he did, Cami Fines. Have you seen yourself, bitch? You literally melt 15 days until you see him. Get ready, sister. Get ready. I would say go get a spray tan, but I don't do spray tans. My boyfriend prefers me to not be tan. But go get something sexy to wear, bitch. Go get something sexy to wear. Show his ass what he's missing. Show his ass what he's got, actually. You know what I mean? Yes, he's asking you to move back. Is that serious? Are you serious with that Master Your Twin Flame journey? Because if you are, I fucking love that for you. Hell yeah. Snaps for Master Your Twin Flame journey. It's my inner Reese Witherspoon. I fucking love that movie. Legally Blonde. That was the only one I liked. Sometimes I feel like they should just dead it at the first one. You know what I'm saying? Dead it at the first one. Not everything requires a sequel. And if you change the main character, it's a wrap for me. It's a wrap. It's like Home Alone. Home Alone was great until it's a whole nother kid. And then they don't even change the name. That's fucking stupid. At least give him a new name. Give it a whole new title. Anyway. Jen, what if you are hella tired Take a nap, girl. Yes, poor times. Take a nap. Stop suffocating your manifestation, okay? Stop suffocating your manifestation. Stop trying so hard. Stop trying, because the more you try, the more you increase the resistance to what you're manifesting. So if it's like your SP, you're doing this to yourself. You're suffocating. You're literally suffocating your own manifestation because you're trying too hard. It's like, because and I get it, because you really want this guy, right? You really want your SP. So because you really want them and you're coming from but it's kind of desperate energy, if you will, right? Is because you really want this thing, you really want your SP, that creates desperate energy. And that's what pulls back, because they're not, because you're chasing them. Look at it that way. You're chasing them, you're putting them on that pedestal versus the other way around and saying, no, I've written the end of my movie. I already know how this plays out. So I'm just going to do my job. I'm going to play my part, but there ain't shit to stress about. I don't need to try. I don't need to do it. I'm just going to do what I need to do, see my SP for how I see my SP and how I want to see them as perfect boyfriend. We have the best marriage, and then I ain't suffocating shit. Why? Because I'm that bad bitch. Because I'm a bad bitch. And he's coming home. Why? Because I fucking said so. Yeah. Because I said so. And that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. So I'm going to go about my day, and I'm going to affirm. And then I'm just going to know. And I'm going to tell myself, I know he's coming home right now. I know he's coming home right now. There's nothing to fucking worry about. Then you lower the resistance. I want you to lower the resistance. This is the only reason why you guys feel exhausted. This is the only reason why you guys are stalling. You're seeing movement, but it's not fast enough. Because, okay, so you'll see movement, but it's not fast enough. Why? Because, okay, let's say you want to text, right? So he texts you. And then you get all excited about it. You get excited about the text and you start to expect them. He texts you more often. The text tonality starts to change, right? But that's not what you want. You don't actually want a texting relationship. Who the fuck wants that, right? No, I want him to come and be with me. I want him to come home. Like that's the end goal. That's what I really want. But if you would treat the end goal the same way as you would treat him texting you all day long and throughout the day, that end goal would come a lot faster, because you are treating the end game the same way you're treating just you guys talking every day. It's a natural thing, right? It's a natural thing. You get excited about it. You enjoy your conversations together. Then that will speed up the end goal, because you're living in the now. You're not focused on the end goal. You're not obsessing over the end goal. You're focusing on right now. I'm loving the vibe of this. I'm loving how we talk all the time. I'm loving how I know that he's going to text me every day, because he does. And I'm enjoying that. So I'm going to keep that same vibe with the end goal. So therefore, it speeds right the hell on up. Okay, versus you saying, I'm loving this, but when the fuck is that happening? I'm really enjoying this, but this is what I actually want. This isn't what I actually want. This is what I actually want. You need to treat this as what you actually want, the same way of what you actually want. I feel like that made a lot of sense. I intend that it did. Okay. What is a good affirmation to say when you want your husband to come back early from Mexico? He's coming home right now, Clarissa. He's coming home right now. He is coming home right now. He's coming home right now. He'll do anything to come home right now. He'll do anything to come home right now. Okay. Selena. Hi, my SP has been talking to me every day, saying that if he's not okay with me, he's not okay at all. You like my nails, Haley? Well, was there a second part of that message? Because Selena, that's great. That's great. That's what you want, because he's obsessed with you. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be a bitch? Okay. So if he's talking to you every day saying he's not okay with you being home, it's time for you to add into the next step, right? So if you're talking every day and he's saying he's not okay with me, if he's not okay with me, he's not okay at all. Great. So that man is always okay with me. Like, he is constantly spending time with me, right? Add in the next step so take your relationship of talking to you every day to the next level. Okay, you don't need to verbalize it to him. There's no need to verbalize anything. All you have to do is in your mind take it to the next level, and he will take it to the next level too. Hey, Sabrina Chica. So could I say he is so obsessed with me? Oh, I have to decipher slang. Acronyms, that's what it is, acronyms. Okay, so of course he fucking is. He would, and the best there is, would that be correct? Okay, create reality. I'm trying to decipher this. Okay, so you could say he's so desperate for me. He would, I'm the best there is. I'm assuming there's a grammar error there. So you can say he's desperate for you if you want, but I like obsession better. But there's no right or wrong. So you could say he's upset. He's desperate for you, and he, you're the perfect girlfriend, and he knows it, or he knows that you're perfect together. Okay. But you want some kind of action to be in there. Okay. Some kind of action needs to be in your affirmations. Okay. Something that shows you, because that's unfortunately the reason why people quit, give up, or get discouraged, because there's no movement in your affirmations. It's all like, he's obsessed with me, and we're, we have the best relationship ever. Okay. Well, until you get on board with best relationship ever, and you know that, then you're not going to see movement. And that's part of the problem. Because if you're like in no contact and you're trying to convince yourself, like that fucking moron on TikTok says, if you're trying to convince yourself that you're in a relationship, a loyal, committed relationship with your SP, but your 3D shows you the complete opposite, you can tell yourself that enough, but there's a lot of wavering involved when you don't see that. Okay, because you don't see that. So there's a lot of wavering involved. Versus if you manifest in steps, you start to see the movement. So it's a whole lot easier, at least it should be, to step into the assumption of relationship, right? And to know, because your assumptions are what's manifesting. What you know to be true is what manifests. So that's why living in the end is bullshit advice. Unless you can do that. But this is why people have been trying to live in the end for years and still aren't even talking to their SP, because they're in no contact. So that's really unrealistic to live in the end of relationship. Versus if you were to change that and say, no, he's always calling and texting me. Right? Because when that starts to happen, then it's a lot easier for you to assume that you're going to see each other. And then it's a lot easier for you to assume relationship, because you're seeing some kind of movement, some kind of progress that leads up to that. Right? So like, let's take your relationships. Like, let's take all of your relationships for 1 second. Let's go all the way back to the beginning, before you were even in a relationship with this person, right? And you just met them. Like, you literally just met them. Did you assume relationship? No. You didn't. So that's not that's not even how you run relationships in general in your life. Okay, you don't meet a guy, go on a first date and be like, man, yeah, relationship. You typically don't do that. Okay, you didn't exchange phone numbers with your SP and be like, relationship, yep, you didn't do that. So that's unrealistic for you to do that now, especially now you have history, and you didn't even do that in the beginning of your relationship. When you met the person, you were just like, hell yeah, he's fine. Like, and he checks all the boxes. Like, yeah, he's like everything I've looked for in a person. So, but that's all you're in, that's the only vibe you're in. Okay. And then you guys start talking, right? So then you're like, he's going to ask me out on a date. Yeah, we're totally going to go on a date. So then he asks you out on a date. You're still not thinking relationship. Okay. And then you go on a date, you have a really great time. And then you're like, we had a really great time. Like, I hope I hear from him tomorrow. It's like, Then you're expecting to hear from him again and then to go on another date. So at what point when you met your SP for the very first time, did you assume relationship? At what point did you assume that you were in a relationship or that you were like, yeah, relationship, that's where this is headed? At what point did you assume that? I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first time you ever laid eyes on him or the first time you spoke to this person. That's why manifesting in steps is realistic advice, because that's how you manifested your SP in the beginning. Okay, which is why you got exactly what you wanted, relationship, because you wanted communication. You got it. You were excited about talking to him every freaking day. You got that. Then you were excited, like, he's going to ask me on a date. I know he's going to ask me on a date. Then you got that. Okay. Then you wanted another date. He asked you out on another date. You got that. Then you were like, I know, this is like, we're headed to relationship town. Like, this is totally what that is. Then he asked you to be his girlfriend. That's how that worked. So what the fuck makes you think that something else has to be done? It doesn't. That's why it doesn't work to sit there and be like, relationship. You didn't even do that in the beginning. At least I hope not. Okay, teddy bear. Take a look at your old crush. Take a look at your old crush and be honest with yourself. This is where honesty is actually going to help you when it comes to this, okay? Is because I've had lots of people experience this exact same thing, which is why I say self-concept is not the key to manifesting your SP. Okay, so if you're completely honest with yourself, take a look at your old crush and how would you have described him? How would you describe him other than the fact that he's stubborn? Okay, if you're completely honest with yourself. Okay, I'm not saying you're in love with the guy anymore, but how would you describe him? Would you describe him as a good person, right? In general, we're just not together and I don't want to be with him, but he's a good person, right? Also, what is it that you know to be true about your about your old crush, the one that you don't want? What are some things that you know to be true? If you knew if you texted him, would he text you back? The answer is probably yes, which is why your old crush is talking to you and conforming. Okay, your old crush is conforming because you have a very different description of your former crush versus your SP. You also may know things about your old crush that you don't know about your SP. So that's fine. It's a simple fix. So all you need to do is take what you know about your former old crush and pop that shit into SP. And then what is it you know about your former crush? Pop that description of him right up into SP. And then when you're doing your affirming, then you want to say their name. Okay. So you'd be like, Henry is so obsessed with me. You don't have to say his name on every affirmation because you say him in a sequence. Okay. So it'll be like, Henry is the easiest for me to manifest. Henry is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling. So now you can switch to he. See what I'm saying? But at least your subconscious mind knows exactly who you're referring to. Okay. So, because this happened to a lot of people where they're like, okay, well, this guy's conforming super fast, but that's not the motherfucker I want. Okay. But what you know about him is very different. And what you also think about him or how you view him is also very different than your current SP. So that's where the honesty comes into play. And then we switch it, flip it. Okay. Since I learned how it works, it's amazing how everything goes so well and so easily. That's right, Selena. That's right. RD Witch. It's been 3 months manifesting my ex, but still no movement. Thanks, Jackie. This is my Corella DeVille bathrobe. It even has the furry little cuffs. Now I'm getting hot, but what's under here ain't appropriate for the TikTok live. So we're just going to have to tough it out. So anyway. Okay, so RD Witch, you haven't been doing anything for 3 months. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Okay. You haven't been manifesting your ex back for 3 months. First of all, he's your SP, not your ex. Okay, we'll start there. Exes stay exes for a reason, right? They're your ex for a reason. Okay, so no, that's not your boyfriend. Okay. Second of all, or SP, whatever makes you feel better. Second of all, if you aren't seeing movement, like I was just saying before, you need to start affirming for movement. This is all a lot of people. That's not what they teach. Okay. They teach affirmations, but they don't teach that your affirmations should involve movement. Because movement is what keeps you going. Movement is what motivates you. So when you start doing movement, when you start incorporating movement into your affirmations, plus seeing how you look, that's the rising trend in my community, okay? Which is why they get their SPs back, okay? Which is why hubbies come home and so forth in a very short amount of time, because there's two, if you could focus on two things and two things only when it came to your SP, the most important thing is how you see your SP. How do you see him? How do you think of him? How do you view him? What's your description of him? Okay. And you have to persist in that version of your SP only. The one who loves you, the one who wants to be with you, the one who cares about you, not asshole, stubborn, avoidant. No. Okay. So you must see him only as the version of your SP as perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend. And tell yourself that. Perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Okay. Whenever you're thinking of him outside of perfect boyfriend. Okay. And then the second thing is affirming for movement. So if you're in no contact, you would start with the affirmations that I recommend, which are, he's so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. Okay. Those are the ones I suggest you start with. I love to see you too, Zoe. And I'm loving your movement, bitch. I'm loving your movement. Keep persisting. Keep persistent, sister. She had a 4-hour long, I just put everybody's business on here. She had a 4-hour long conversation with her SP last night. Mm-hmm. So, which, that could be you too. Okay, that could be you too, Artie Witch. When you start coming from that perspective, that will change a lot for you. Okay, that will change a lot for you, and you will start to see the movement. But the key thing is persist. Persist, and allow for the turnaround. Allow for the turnaround. You know, if you work with me, when we get on a phone call, that's the one thing I walk you through is how to handle the turnaround. Because there is a way to handle the turnaround. So you get more of what you want and less of what you don't. No one likes a bragger, bitch. Selena. She said he also transferred a lot of money to me. I'm gonna work on that. I'm working on that. He transferred a lot of money to me and has given me so many gifts. And she's still kind of in shock on how fast everything happened. That's right, girl. That is right, sister. So persist, okay? Even you must persist until it becomes, well, you need to persist in perfect SP all the time, like for the rest of your relationship, right? But whatever you're affirming for, you must persist in those affirmations until it becomes an expectation for you. Okay, so until you start to just know that you're going to see him all the time, that he's going to text you all the time, and you just know this, and it's just natural for you, then you can drop the affirmation. But do not drop it. Thanks, poor time, sister. Do not drop it until it is an expectation. That's where a lot of people go wrong, is they're talking every day for a week. They're like, I can drop my affirmation. No, you fucking can't. No, you can't. If you find yourself asking, are you going to hear from him today? If you text him and he doesn't respond for 6 hours and you're over here like, is he going to respond? Why hasn't he responded? Am I going to see him this weekend? Affirmation must stay. Okay, until 6 hours doesn't fucking bother you because you know you're going to hear from him, right? Then you're just like, yeah, I don't care. He's obviously busy, but he's going to text me back. Like, that's just a natural thing for you and you expect it and you're not questioning if you're going to see him this weekend. You just know that you are. Then you can drop the affirmation. Okay, but persist beyond that. I didn't either, flashy girl. I didn't either. Hopefully you heard my message because I was talking to you, bitch. I was talking to you. That's right, AJ. That's right. That's right. He's constantly calling you. Why wouldn't he? He cannot stop talking to you. He needs to talk to you all day, every day. He cannot stop talking to you. Oh, that's right. That's right, Sarah. I had to make that for you. I don't even know how you can eat that much cheesecake and chocolate. Cheesecake makes my mouth dry. I love cheesecake, don't get me wrong, but cheesecake makes my mouth dry. I had a friend that, you know what he used to do to control himself, which is funny because he does mindset work. I think a lot of this shit is funny, to be quite frank. When they like teach things, then they can't apply it to their own life. And he used to take 2 bites of cheesecake, and then when he was done, he would pour ranch all over it. Because who the fuck eats ranch cheesecake, right? So it would prevent him from taking another bite. I'm like, or you can just tell yourself that you lose weight every time you eat cheesecake. I just find that's much easier. But now you got me wanting the Cheesecake Factory, bitch. I only get 2 things from the Cheesecake Factory. Chicken piccata is one of them. Nadine, good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for not reacting today. Good. Now we're going to stretch and do one more day of not reacting and seeing yourself and telling yourself that you're the perfect girlfriend and he knows it. Okay? You're the perfect girlfriend and he knows it. There you go. There you go, Sarah. I used to do that. I used to go walking. Yeah, I flipped the bad dream and took it as a sign and just said, good, good, I don't give a damn. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You are your own psychics. Everyone's your own psychics. Yes, you see, your SP's totally coming to see you today. Why wouldn't he? In fact, your SP is going to call you for sure today. Yes, just know it. Just know it. Like, yep, Jen said so. He must call me. And he's going to call you today. He absolutely is. When'd you text me, Sabrina? If you texted me, push that up to the top. Push that up to the top. I know, I need a bigger one now. My boyfriend was showing me some guy on YouTube that had like a crown. I was like, I need that in my life. I don't even have a big head, you know? But I want one that's going to stay. I haven't received an email yet after a call. Yes, Haley. It is automatically to be sent, but let me take a little screenshot of that. I woke up today a little tired. A little tired. But you know what? Like everything, guys, you must... Yes, MKD, yes. MKD's great at design, by the way. If you need anybody to design, she's available for hire. That's right. That's right. That's right. You guys see the success stories all day long in there. People spending weekends with their boyfriend, you know, or seeing them and and that's the cool part is having them do things that they don't typically do, right? Or they're not, or seeing them change. See them change. It's like, wow. Wow. And you guys should do this to the smallest of change. Okay. To the smallest of change is like, let's say you have a whole list of his entire like character, right? Your entire description of him. And he starts to show you bits and pieces of that description, right? You start to see him changing. Embrace that and be like, hell yeah, that's right. Check that one off the list. Now what's left? What's left? Yes, he's going to do that too. Just like he did this, he's going to do this. Because remember, it's all about build a man. Or build a girl. Build a SP. Okay, Caitlin, can I go into more detail about manifesting a celebrity? More so about getting contact from them. Yeah, Caitlin. So you have to see a celebrity as nothing. No different than the guy who works at your local gas station. That's how you have to see your celebrity as completely normal. Because they are. The only thing that makes celebrities, the only thing that makes celebrities different than everybody else is their career. They just have a different career than you. And that's how you have to view it. But you cannot put them on a pedestal. You cannot see them as a celebrity. Because do you know who sees them as celebrities? Fans. Fans see them as celebrities. Every time they walk out of their house, they are berated with cameras following them everywhere, everywhere. And then when they go eat at restaurants, right? There's more cameras because it's everybody around them. It's their cameras are out, right? Like there was who was it? One celebrity right after the Grammys went to In-N-Out. Do you know how many freaking, I mean, it was totally publicity stunt, let's be honest. But do you know how many people were there taking pictures of him? Right? Wanting pictures of him, wanting autographs, all of that shit. And they don't like that because you're a fan and they don't date their fans. Okay. But where do they feel most comfortable? They feel most comfortable when they go to, like, we'll say the Grammys, right? Because they're around their peers. They're treated normal. Okay. They're treated normal because they're around other celebrities. So it's like, they're normal people. They have normal conversations. It's not all about their fucking career. Okay. And same with most celebrities are dating normal people. Most celebrities marry normal people that are not equally of status quo, if you will. And the reason why they marry those people is because that person acted like they weren't shit. They weren't shit. So like literally you have to look at them that way, that you've never seen him in anything, to the point where if he contacted you today, that you'd be like, I'm sorry, who are you? You've been in a movie. What movie? That literally has to be your mentality when it comes to a celebrity. Okay. And when you come from that perspective, well, now they're interested because there's only one thing, there's only two things celebrities crave more than anything. And that's to have a normal life and to have a peaceful life, because their life is chaos with paparazzi and fucking, everything. And they want normalcy. So if you come at them from a completely normal perspective, they will be like, this girl doesn't even know who I fucking am. That's why a lot of celebrities live. So I live an hour from LA. I'm in the next county over. And so a lot of celebrities live in my county. Why? Because where do people go when they want to go to? I tell you guys, if LA is on your bucket list of places to travel, it's overrated. I hate LA. But they choose to come live down here. Why? Because they have a more peaceful life down here, because we don't give a shit who you are. Like, we don't. Charlie Sheen, he's always at the local bar, because no one knows who he is. Well, people know who he is, but no one gives a shit. We're not starstruck here. Justin Bieber bought a house here because when he got pulled over, and he openly said this, when he got a flat tire on the side of the freeway, people were helping him. They didn't even know who the fuck he was. They were offering to help him. And he was absolutely taken back by the normalcy here and how nice people were here, because they're used to everybody comes to celebrities in take mode. They want something from them. Even an autograph or a picture, they want something from him, versus you come in serve mode. Like, let me buy you dinner. They're not used to that shit. It's exactly what happened when I was talking to a guy who still has a crush on me. He's the Hall of Fame kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. I offered to buy him lunch, and he was like, seriously? I was like, yes. Why is this like frozen? Hello? Can you see me? Because it's like stuck on some shit. So that's what I would recommend for you. Okay? And then to affirm for contact. I don't know if you can see because it's like stuck. Okay. And then to affirm for contact from your celebrity. Okay? So you can look at his picture and say, you're contacting me right now. You're obsessed with me. Right? You can say to yourself, he's so obsessed with me. Okay. It's like stuck on this, like, I don't know, like it's waiting. But you can sit there and literally say, like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He is always calling and texting me. So let's say he posts a story, your celebrity crush posts a story. Well, somehow he's going to notice your story. Somehow he's going to notice you out of anything, out of everybody. Right? And somehow he's going to contact you. The how is irrelevant, but somehow you will stand out to him over everybody else, and he'll contact you. I get contacted all the time by this guy. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with this damn thing. It's like stuck. So I can't, it's like stuck. So I can't see, I can't scroll the comments, which is weird. So it's like looping for some strange reason. Let's see if this fixes it. Let's try this. Hold on. Let's see if this fixes it. Let's try this. Hold on. Is it working now? This is so weird. I'm sorry. I can't see the comments. So I'm just going to talk until this thing decides it wants to get a grip and get itself together. It's like stuck. Okay. Well, I guess I'll ramble because I can't see comments. Anyway, so that's what I want for you guys. What I was talking to you guys about earlier, okay, is we have to lower. How do I get out the fucking live and back in, girl? Am I on live? Okay, I guess I'll try to get out of this live and then get back in. Oh, here. Oh, here we are. We're making progress. And we're back. Stupid puzzle piece. It was that dumb puzzle piece that popped up. Okay, how can I manifest? What? Mariana, how can I manifest my SP when I dissociate a lot? It doesn't matter if you dissociate a lot. Who cares? Who cares if you dissociate a lot? Don't make that assumption that you can't manifest your SP back or you can't manifest, because that's what you have to realize. SP and manifestation is not the same. Like, it's not the same process, but manifestation is manifestation. Okay. So you don't want to make the assumption that if you dissociate, you can't manifest. That doesn't help you. Okay. So let's knock that off. And it's okay if you dissociate. If that's the case, it should actually speed it up, because that means that you don't have resistance. Okay. Or you have less resistance to your SP. So all you have to do literally is see him how you want to see him and then robotically affirm. And Roberta Robe, I don't even know. You're new, I'm guessing. What the fuck are you talking about? And I say that. No, I don't. No. I was going to say I say that with love, but no, I don't. Because you texted him. This is part of your guys' problem. I texted him and he left me on red. Here's the kicker. For 15 minutes. Seriously? Should I keep affirming he will text me back? Of course you should. Of course you should. You need to evolve, okay? This is relationship 101, okay? Is you need to evolve. You cannot, like, people freak out about being left on red for like hours. 15 minutes is like, what if the guy's taking a shit? Have you thought about that? I mean, it is Easter, after all. What if he's with his family right now, eating, and he wanted to see what you had to say, but didn't feel like it was a rush for him to respond to it? It's like, it's not like you sent him a text saying, hurry, my house is burning down, right? So he's probably with his family, or maybe it's based upon where he's at, he's probably eating, or maybe he's in a fucking coma from all the ham he just ate. I don't know. But you don't need to affirm he'll text you back. What you need to do is put the phone down and don't worry about 15 minutes he hasn't texted you back, and just be like, no, I know he's going to call me back. I know he's going to text me back. He always does. And keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Because if you focus on the time, that 15 minutes is going to turn into 30 minutes, which may turn into several hours. Who knows? Because you're focusing on the time. Okay? But this is evolving in a relationship, is you have to do something differently. Okay. You cannot freak out and react over not being responded to in 15 minutes. It's childish. And don't worry, I tell my audience this every day. It's childish ass behavior. It's childish behavior. At some point, someone has to be left on red, but instead, you should be like, of course he read my message. Why wouldn't he? He could not wait to read my message. And he's going to respond to me as soon as he can. So what? So what? So what? Because if you're going to react in your thoughts about being left on red for 15 minutes, my guess is I'm going to be willing to bank that you're reacting to a lot of other shit, which is part of your problem, which is part of most people's problem, is you're reacting to stupid nonsense over and over and over again and over and over and over again. Start seeing yourself as the priority. And then don't worry about that shit. Don't worry about it. Who cares? Who cares? Someone has to be left on red. I leave my boyfriend on red. He gives a shit. He sent me a YouTube video yesterday. I didn't even open it until today. So what? Who cares? And can we talk about McDonald's and how crooked they are? This is McDonald's unsweetened iced tea. How you guys drink sugar iced tea, I don't understand. I know it's a Midwestern thing and stuff, but it is not a Gen thing in any sense of that word. I drink unsweetened iced tea, and I ordered McDonald's. My daughter wanted McDonald's the other day. She only eats the fries. And so I was like, what do you want from McDonald's? She's like, fries. I'm like, I don't even know why you ask her. I already know. And I'm like, how many fries? She's like, 1. You want me to DoorDash 1 large fries? No, because if I have $15 or more order, I get free chicken nuggets. So I ended up ordering a 2 cheeseburger combo with a large fries, so I can get my 10-piece free chicken nuggets. And then they'll let me pick any soda I want. I can have any soda fountain drink I want. And hell, if I want a frozen cola, I can have the frozen cola. But for unsweetened iced tea, they're like, it's 70 cents more. What? What the fuck are you talking about? 70 cents more for unsweetened iced tea. I wrote to them and complained. I said, it's appalling that you would charge me 70 cents more for unsweetened iced tea. That's bad business practice. Does rear mean if I persist too much? What does that mean, Cece? What do you mean? No, persisting is not the issue, okay? Persisting doesn't mean that you're coming from desperate energy, right? Because I persisted. But what you can't do is worry yourself or stress out about it, or like, you see what I'm saying? It's more like an emotional connection is attached to it. It's like, if I don't affirm for 24 hours, then it ain't coming. That's part of the problem. That's a problem. You can't because you're not well, first of all, you're not setting yourself up for success for that, to have that assumption created. 2 is it's like, it's just not you don't want to come that's desperate energy. Desperate energy is like, I have to do this all fucking day long or it isn't coming. And then it's like, I'm affirming all day because I need this thing. I need this thing. I need this thing. I need this thing. And you're coming from a place of needing something instead of having it. Instead of deciding that, no, it is done. I know exactly how this is playing out. So I'm going to affirm, because affirming keeps your thoughts in check. Okay. I'm going to affirm because it's like, for me, I affirmed as much as I could. So there's nothing wrong with affirming as much as you can. But I did not affirm as much as I can because I was like, I have to affirm my life away or he's not going to conform. I have to affirm because I really want this thing so bad. I really want this so bad. I need to affirm my life away. I didn't have that. I just did it like robotically, if you will, right? I just did it robotically to keep my thoughts in check, but I wasn't coming from a lack mentality. I wasn't coming from I need this thing so fucking bad that I'm going to affirm. Because if I don't, shit ain't working. Does that make sense? And that's desperate energy, which is what stalls your manifestation, because you're coming from desperation. You're coming from, I really need this shit. I really need this shit. And, well, thanks, Erica. Side stories. I was in a speaking class once. It's the dumbest investment I ever made, to be quite frank. She was like, we're hot. My brand at the time was hot pink. She's like, we're hot pink. I was like, no, how about that? It's in alignment with your brand. You think I'm going to walk out on stage in a hot ass pink dress like I'm fucking Barbie? No. Well, you need to wear this, that, and the third. No. And I went up and I gave my speech at this big event, and she goes, Jen, how long did you practice for? And I knew what answer she wanted, because she was trying to promote her services. And she says, you need to practice 10 minutes per minute speech. And I was like, I didn't practice. I was like, I didn't practice, because I'll get too in my fucking head about it. I just do. I'm just that person that just does. Okay. So that needs to be the same with you guys, is you guys need to just be. Okay, just be, and be like, okay, yes, do I want my SP? Of course, duh. Hey, Brad and Christo, happy Easter, sister. Do I want my SP? Yeah, of course I do. But I'm not desperate. For what? For what? Desperation acts like this man has a choice. I don't think so. I just knew that it would work, and so I just did it. I'd have to check every fucking waking second, like, is it working? Is it working? I just did it. And then started seeing the movement. And then then I used that movement as excitement to keep it going, right? To get the next step of my manifestation. So it's like, you're affirming, mindless affirming, if you will, right? You're mindless affirming for what you want. And you're seeing only the perfect person for you, right? Then all of a sudden they start to talk to you, right? All of a sudden they send you a message, and you're like, oh, okay. All right. Shit. Hell yeah. Right. And so then you're having a conversation, right? And it's a normal conversation, right? Then all of a sudden they call you. And it starts to progress. So I used the progression. I used just the fact that we were talking every day, like, hell yeah. I love this for us. I enjoyed the moment. Okay. While still affirming for the rest of my steps. But I enjoyed every fucking conversation we had. I don't care what the hell the conversation was. I enjoyed every one of those, as if it was the first time we've ever spoken, right? Then every time we hung out, I enjoyed, what you think I'm going to spend? Yeah, and that's like the priority spectrum here. You think I'm going to spend the time that we're speaking and hanging out fucking arguing with you? That doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not even an arguer anyway. But I enjoyed every time I saw him. Every time we hung out, I enjoyed. Every moment we spent together. Therefore, it escalated to relationship quickly, because I wasn't overanalyzing shit. I wasn't like, is he going to text me back? I didn't worry about it. Why wouldn't he? I didn't even have to say that to myself. But if I would look at my phone, because I can see the whole red being left on red shit. Okay. If you look at your phone and you saw that he read your message and didn't respond, I would just be like, oh, he's just playing his video game right now. Because you guys know your SPs. Okay. So I'd be like, oh, he's just playing his video game right now. Or I'd be like, or based upon the time of day it was, I'd be like, oh, he's probably taking a nap. And sure enough, a couple hours later, they would text back and say, yeah, hey, just took a nap. Of course, because I know my SP. So I wasn't over here stressing the fact that, oh my God, he left me on red. Oh my God. Like, no, I would just say why. And I didn't think about it again. And then I would affirm, just to discipline my mind. Okay. But so many of you guys psychoanalyze everything like you're a goddamn therapist, and you want to sit there and look at every message that he sent and read into that shit. Meg, it's dry texting. Well, guess what relationship texts usually are? Dry. Guess what married texts usually are? Dry. Because it's usually like, hey, I'm on my way home. You need anything from the grocery store? Hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? That's usually how conversations go, right? They're normal conversations. Like, hey, I'm about to wrap it up here real quick. I'll be home in an hour. It's usually how conversations go. So, but you guys are analyzing it like it's a bad thing. And then when you see him, then you want to argue with him the whole time, or you want to read too into it like, oh, he only came over for a couple hours. So what? If my boyfriend came over for an hour, I was thrilled. I enjoyed every moment of it. And I knew why he had to leave. So what? I didn't get all my feelings about it. I took that time to affirm instead of thinking about what he was doing and all that stuff. I disciplined myself. I affirmed. I didn't check and wonder where it's at and when's this going to happen and all this shit. I just kept going. And it conformed quickly because I didn't give anything another option. I didn't read into shit. I didn't assign negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning to everything. I didn't do any of that at all. At all. So stop doing that. Just enjoy. Enjoy the ride, as they say. Enjoy the ride. Hey, Shanae bitch. Okay, when you enjoy the ride, things speed up because you're not focused on the end. I'm focused on today, right now. And I love this for us. Oh my God, of course we're talking right now. I love this for us. Like a kitty little schoolgirl. I wasn't like, when are we going to be in a relationship? Well, when are we going to be in a relationship? I didn't do that at all. Not at all. I enjoyed every movement I got. Every sign I received made me feel good. Every sign, because I told you everything was a fucking sign. Everything was a goddamn sign. And I enjoyed every one of them. And I would just look up at them and smile. Every time I saw a butterfly, I wasn't stressed out about the shit. Y'all need to stop stressing. Stop stressing. And just be. And know that this must work. It has to. It has no choice. Okay, now, that was my little ramble to you guys. Okay, Lori, what can I do? My ex sold my home, from under me. Oh, got it, okay. What could I do? My ex sold my home from under me, leaving me homeless with I'm going to guess that's a dog or a cat, not a horse. I'm in a very unsafe situation. How does your ex sell your home from under you and not give you shit? Is that even possible? Unless it wasn't in your name. But that's neither here nor there. I want you to manifest yourself out of that, okay? So I want one of your main affirmations to be, isn't it wonderful? Okay, isn't it wonderful? Leave it an open blanket statement. Okay, you guys know the story. I've told you guys this before. It's Neville Goddard had a lady who came, very similar story with yours, Lori, not circumstance-wise, but she needed everything. She needed a home, a car, a job, money. She needed it all. And so to spend the time affirming for each one of those things that she needed would have been a lot. So Neville Goddard told her that every night before she goes to bed to just tell her to affirm, isn't it wonderful? Every night before she went to bed. In 6 to 9 months, she had everything. More money than she ever needed, a home. She never had to work again, but she had a job. She had everything. And the only reason it took 6 to 9 months is because she only did it right before she went to bed. So what do you think she was doing all throughout the day, every day? Worrying about her problems, right? Worrying about her problems. So if you had that as your main affirmation, that like, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Or you can say everything in my life is perfect. Okay, one of the two. Then it'll turn your situation around, because right now you're in problem state. Okay, you're in problem state. We need to get you out of problem state and to get you into everything in your life is perfect state. Isn't it wonderful state? Instead, because this is where these sayings, when it rains, it pours. If it's not one thing, it's another. That's where these sayings come from, because you're in the state of problems. So your subconscious mind will keep producing problem after problem after problem after problem after problem. Versus if you're in everything in my life is perfect, or isn't it wonderful state, well, now everything starts to go your way. Now all of a sudden, you start to get things, your life starts to turn around, because good things start happening for you, because you're in a different state, but you have to shift out of that state. Okay. Do it now, Lori. Do it now. Shift out of the state. See, this is one of those times where people would say, pray about it. No, shift out of the state. You're in control. How to get rid of anxiety when thinking about my desire. Christina, you're in anxiety. You have anxiety when thinking about your desire. First of all, breathe. Okay. Do breathing exercises, or you can do EFT tapping. You could do things like that. But if you're feeling anxiety when thinking about your desire, it's because it is you're looking at it as a desire, not something you have, or not something that's attainable. Okay, because desires are exactly that, but you're supposed to have whatever you desire. So instead, you need to get yourself out of that state, because anxiety, you're only anxious because anxiety is only fear of the unknown. That's all it is. Okay, is it's fear of the unknown. But what would happen if you knew? If you knew the outcome, then the anxiety goes away, because you know the outcome. You don't fear. You don't have any fear, because I always never understood. I'm like, how the fuck do you get anxiety over something you want? Like, but that's why, because you're not seeing it as possible for you to have. So therefore, that's why you have anxiety about it, because you're like, it's not. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know if it's coming. I don't know if it's ever going to come. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. But if you would know and do what I said right at the end of your movie, and you would now know, no, I absolutely know. And you can tell yourself that. I absolutely know that we're getting back together. I absolutely know he wants a relationship with me. And you put yourself in the knowing state, then the anxiety goes away. Because you know he's going to call you. You know he's going to come see you. You know he wants to be with you. And you can literally say, I know, in front of it. Because your subconscious mind pushes out what you know. Okay, so if it pushes you, this is where we leverage the law and say, if your subconscious mind, or leverage your subconscious mind, and it's like, okay, if my subconscious mind has one job, and that's to prove me right, and its job is to push out what I know to be true. So if I told myself that I know this thing over and over and over again, then what is my subconscious mind going to say? Well, shit, we obviously know this because we keep saying it. So obviously we know this, so push it out. Push it out, push it out. And the anxiety would go away. Okay, so tell yourself that, and come from a place that you know. Okay. Okay, Angela, so this is a problem with a lot of people. She said, I noticed the weekends he has kids, he doesn't text or call as I want him to. Okay, so this is common, actually. This is very common when children are involved. Is that you don't see, you're viewing the children as an obstacle. And I'm not saying a bad obstacle, okay? But you're viewing the children as an obstacle. So it's like, you know that when he has his kids on the weekends, because this probably happened one time. This is how it always starts, with one time, right? He had his kids on the weekend, and you were like, you called him or texted him, and he maybe took him a while to call you back or text you back, because he was busy with his kids, right? And when he finally did, he was like, hey, sorry, I was just, I had my kids this weekend, so I was busy. So then the next weekend comes around that he has his kids, and you maybe only thought about it once, or you thought about it several times and said, I wonder if he's going to text or call me because I know he has his kids. So now they become more, now you got a whole pattern created. Now they become less frequent where he doesn't call you, doesn't text you that often, because you have created the assumption that when he has his children, you don't talk. But you can change that. You can change that right now by saying, absolutely not. In fact, he talks to me every single day. I'm his top priority. Like, he's always making time for me. He always makes time for me. No matter what he's doing or who he's with, he always makes time for me. Okay, change that. Because he will. All of a sudden, he will start to talk to you when he's got his kids on the weekend. But embrace it, okay? So we need to break pattern, okay? We need to break pattern. So we say, so this is what I want you to do. So like say this weekend, or let's say next weekend he has his kids. And I don't give a shit if this man texts you one time or calls you one time all weekend. You're going to break the pattern, okay? So on the weekend, you're going to tell yourself, especially if you know he has his kids, you're like, no. And tell yourself this often anyway. It's like, no matter what he's doing or who he's with, he always makes time for me. He's always making time for me. He always makes time for me no matter what. He always makes time for me no matter what. So let's say he calls you once or he sends you one text for the weekend. Now you break pattern. Because instead of telling yourself you're not going to hear from him this weekend, you're telling yourself the opposite. So you're starting to break the pattern. Then when he texts you once, now this is your chance to assign the meaning you want to it. So he sends you a text like, of course he texts me when he has his kids. He always does. Break the pattern. So next time he has his kids, let's say he texts you 4 times. That's more than he did last weekend. Cool, because we're going to persist beyond that, right? And every time he has his kids and a text message or a phone call comes up, that's the meaning you give it. Of course, he always contacts me when he has his kids. He's always texting me when he has his kids. Pattern broken. Thanks, Shanzi. Okay, pattern is now broken. Okay, that's what I want for you, because it's all about you got to break the pattern. Okay, because then all of a sudden he will start to text you more often when he has his kids. But until you create a new assumption, the kids are a barrier every time. Every time. We don't want that shit. It don't take much. And that's what you guys have to think about. It doesn't take much for somebody to text or call you when they have kids. When they have their kids. I have my kid 24/7. 24/7. She's a little old to be going to sleepovers with her grandma's house, which is why I chose to vacation for the first 4 or 5 years of her life alone. Mexico, here I came. Adult-only resort. Here's also where I came. Adult-only, bitch. Be around other people's kids when I don't have mine. What do I look like? Hell no. And I knew those nice, relaxing... See, that was an assumption of mine, and it became true. Because I kept telling myself that. It's like, no, I'm vacationing alone this year. Not alone, but and with adults. No children. And she would stay at my parents' house with my dad. And I would always be like, yeah, because apparently, eventually, these are going to come to an end. Well, now they have came to an end. So now I'm going to change the assumption that she actually wants nothing more than to relax on vacations. She wanted me to play in the pool with her and all that. I'm like, what do you want to play in the pool? You're fucking 14. Exactly what are we playing? So I was like, do you want to be like mermaids? And do you want to create a dance? What are those people that dance in the pool? I told her that. You want to dance in the pool? Is that what you want to do? Play pool bingo? Although pool bingo kind of looks kind of cool, where you throw all the freaking things in the water and then you guys have to go find them. I just liked laying out, drinking cocktails. But now, that too, my friend, has came to an end until I decide it hasn't. She's in for a rude awakening this vacation. Clarissa, it's entirely up to you on how often you do the picture method a day. You do it as often as you want. There's no like fine line of you're doing it too much or you're doing it too little. You can do it whenever you want. I did the photo method today myself. You can do it whenever you want. You can do it whenever you want. So if you want a baseline, do it 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Okay. And just for a minute, just for a minute. Okay. And it doesn't always have to, hey, Ashley sister, and it doesn't always have to be the same thing. You don't always have to tell your SP the same thing when you're doing, we'll do the photo method in a minute. Okay. I told you guys I was here for an hour and I lied. But it doesn't always have to be the same thing. You can literally tell them to do something different every time you do the photo method. Every time. But see yourself as his only priority. Look at that. I can only read the first sentence, but somebody just posted in the success stories right now that I don't know why he's referring to her as your ex. That's not your ex. That's your fucking girlfriend or boyfriend. But she just messaged him. Look at that. And again, don't worry about the how, okay? Because he didn't say she texted me. She messaged him on a fucking game. Yeah, didn't think about that, did you guys? You guys are trying to worry about the how. You don't need to worry about the how. Like, I don't think he would be like, how's she going to contact me? Oh, through my chess game. Who the fuck plays chess? I'm just kidding. I only talk that way because I don't know how to play chess. Because I know it's all about strategy. And if you think I'm going to sit here and strategize, no. I have the worst poker face on the planet. Because if I have a good hand... Yep. I'd have to wear a whole mask if I was to be in a poker competition. Although don't come for me for blackjack. I'm very good at blackjack. Very good. That's right, Abby. I like how she said that. Desperation acts as if they have a choice. That is 1,000%. Happy Easter, Brittany. That is 1,000%. They don't have a choice. So there's nothing to fucking worry about. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to check either. Good Don, because he can't wait to come see you, because when he comes to see you, he's coming to stay, bitch. He is coming to stay. Of course he's seen you. Text me, girlfriend. You see that? Look at that. She has movement. I'm manifesting for her, and she has what? Oh, that's right. Movement. That's how it works, guys. Damn, I'm good. SP always message me. I will call you, bitch. SP always messages on Insta, and that's Sanchi. SP always messages on Instagram, and I find it hard not to check the app as I see the notifications. Well, it's okay, okay? It's okay. It's okay if you... Here's the thing. It's okay if you check, okay? Like, I'm not the person that gives unrealistic advice. So I'm not over here like, don't check the 3D. Just don't check. Like, no. I tell you, don't waver. Don't react. That's what I tell you. Don't react. Because you get notifications on... So, like, your SP usually messages you on Instagram. Okay, great. And you find it hard not to check the app as you can see the notifications. Totally fine. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at. It has no idea what you're looking at, but what it does know is what you tell yourself. So you could look at the app, you could look at the messages all day, every day. Doesn't matter. But what you can't do is look and be like, she hasn't messaged me yet. Why isn't she talking to me? Why hasn't she messaged me? Because then that is going to be true for you. Okay, Natalie? So instead, you can check. I tell people, if you're going to check the 3D, affirm right through checking. Affirm right through it. And don't stop fucking affirming until you're done checking. And if you get triggered by something or you see something you don't like, continue to affirm until that's gone away. Okay, affirm while you're checking. Because that's all your subconscious mind knows. You could be looking at the fact, you could be staring dead ass at her Instagram messages saying that she has not texted you. But all your subconscious mind knows is she is so obsessed with me. She's texting me right now. She's literally texting me right now. She is so obsessed with me. She cannot stop talking to me. That's all your subconscious mind knows. It doesn't know that she hasn't texted you in 3 months unless you tell yourself that. I don't know why I keep saying she when obviously it's a he for Natalie. Okay. I have to preface this too. I did not know I needed to preface this, but if you want to work with me, if you want me to manifest for you, or you want to work one-on-one with me, I do not discriminate. Okay. It depends on your situation, but I am totally LGBTQ friendly. You can help the one that you love. You know, I don't care. I'm not here to debate the subject. You cannot help the one that you love. So if the one that you love is the same sex, what do I give a shit for? I don't care. I don't care. But I've just been asked that a lot. Like, do you work with that? Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Love is love. Unless you're into bestiality, then that I give a shit about. Okay? I will not be manifesting you to hump your horse. Sorry. Or maybe furries too. I'm not down with the furry game either. But to each their own. If you want to look like a bunny rabbit and he wants to look like a cat, just let me be a fly on that fucking wall. Just let me be a fly on that wall. Turn your nanny cam on. I love you too, Sanchi. I'm okay. I just want chocolate and the stores are closed. I know, Charlotte. I know. Everything is closed on Easter. I'm like, it's Easter for Christ's sakes. But you know what's not the stores are closed. Where the hell are you from? We have it's a requirement that grocery stores stay open. At least one chain does. So you've got the grocery store, or I'm just going to assume you're a whole ass in the United States. You have the grocery stores, you have 7-Eleven, gas stations. Girl, they'll hook you up on the chocolate game. And then what did you learn from this? Bitch, next time, the day before Easter, go buy yourself some fucking chocolate. Or manifest that shit. You manifest it, but be careful if it shows up on your porch. Hey, Rhea. Oh, man. I'm having a goofy day today. Oh, what does that say? What do you need help with, mister? Mister? You're damn right, Nadine. Oh, you're golfing today, huh, bitch? I admire golfing. I have no idea how you golf because I don't know how you know where the ball hits. I tried following the ball. I'm like, how the fuck do you see where the ball goes? The second it leaves the little, what they call that little thing? The tee. The second it leaves the tee, I'm done. I have no idea where that shit went. And I've tried. I've really tried. And one of you missed my call today. I was supposed to have a coaching call, which is rude, by the way. A manifest for me call. You were not on my call. And then yesterday, another person was not on my call. So you know what? Now we're beefing. It's girl time. What comments are you reading? I don't know what that means. I read the comments in all of this. In the live. I'm so confused as to where this conversation's going. All right, Love and Light. I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you. How do I... Oh. I'm moving backwards in these comments at the current second. So if you saw her comment after yours, relax. Oh, relax. Okay. Melisha, how do I manifest a completely new SP? Well, that's easy. Every one of your SPs are a manifestation. But what I would recommend for you is you get very clear on the type of SP you want. Okay, very clear on the type of SP you want. What do you want? Who do you want them to be for you? How do you want them to treat you? How do you want them to make you feel? You know, what are things that you want out of the relationship? And there's no limits. There's no limits. It's not like water the shit down type thing, right? And so what kind of person do you want? You'll find that that person will walk into your life. Will walk into your life. Write it down. Write it all down too. Just go in whole story mode. Write it all down. Write it all down. And then I just put perfect partner at the top. And read it to yourself twice a day. Read it to yourself twice a day. And throughout the day, you can literally just tell yourself that I just met the perfect person. I just met my perfect person. I just met my perfect person. You don't even have to tell yourself that. But if you get clear on the person that you want, that person will walk into your life. And keep that page because you're going to read it every day, because it'll be very cool when that person walks into your life and then you go back and you read the description that you wrote. And you'll be like, holy crap, he's exactly what I wrote down. Yeah. But it starts with you getting clear on what you want. Okay, most of our relationships in general are just like fly by the seat of our pants type of thing, right? Like, it's just like, oh, he looks hot. Okay. Trust me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Looks are important, but that shit ain't everything. That shit ain't everything. I dated some real hot guys in the past. Shit is not everything. But you have to play your part, guys. You know, you understand that, right? You have to play your part. I mean, I do, at least. We want what we want, right? But you have to play your part. You know, you can't want him to be a submissive bitch while you're a fucking complete nightmare. Like, that's, to me, like, you know, you don't want to control them in a sense, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, I know that I can get him to be and do and become whoever I want. So because of that, I can treat him like shit. I could be, not like, come on now. That's fucking stupid. But I know some people out there like that. Where they just believe that they can treat whoever they're with like complete shit and be completely crazy because somehow they think that's attractive. I don't fucking know, but it's not. It's not cute at all. This is a side note. Okay, Love and Light, what's going on with you? Oh, there's another text here. That's right, Zoe. Of course your SP just texted you. Are you guys paying attention? Are you paying attention? Where the hell have you been, NYC? Where have you been? I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, my love? I don't know what you're talking about, mister. You need a painter in your life. Please pick me up. Do I, in any sense of that word, scream painter? Fuck no. Hell no. I don't even like mopping, let alone painting. I know you do, Angela. That's because you're a queen, bitch. Lisa. Okay. That guy said he needed a painter. Well, I ain't the one. I am not the one. Okay. Love and Light, how do you act when he is being an avoidant? Huh? Oh, that's right. I went up. Here. And have too much anxious thoughts with John. He is an avoidant. Yeah, Love and Light, here's the thing. Of course you have anxious thoughts with John because he's an avoidant. He's only an avoidant because that's how you're describing him. Okay? So if you want to describe him as an avoidant, guess what he's going to continue to do? Avoid you. Right? He literally can't change as long as you describe him that way. Okay? So you must change how you see him. Okay? You need to start describing him differently. And then focusing on what you want, which that's what I help you with. Oh, Flashy, we are talking about the resistance. Is how did you drop the resistance? Okay, NYC. Okay, well I'm gonna need you to say hello when you pop in here, bitch. So I know you're here. You got me. Do I switch up my affirmations to say to my SP from your list? I would, Jimmy, because they're affirmations that I actually used. Okay? They're all affirmations that I actually used. So I would, but and maybe this is, when I manifest the steps, I make sure the steps connect. Okay? So it's like, what I wouldn't do is be like, he's so obsessed with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. We're constantly spending time together. Like, he's always calling and texting me. No. He's so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. That's the natural progression in a relationship. Okay, so that's where I would suggest that you create the steps as a natural progression. And then you should probably have 2 or 3 2 minimum. I would have 2 that are for movement only. Okay, that are for consistent movement. Lisa, any suggestions if you want your husband to stop turning down jobs? We are self-employed. Employed. Okay. Yeah. Like, because remember, he can only do what you allow him to do. Okay. What you assume he could do. So, right now, you probably every time he turns down a job, it makes you frustrated, right? So and you might even talk to him about it, like, why are you turning down jobs? We need the money, or whatever. So no, he hates turning down jobs. Actually, he never turns down a job. He never turns down a job, ever. Okay, start seeing that part of him where he doesn't turn down a job. Okay, versus complaining about him turning down jobs when it comes to your company. Because who the fuck wants that? Hello. He loves making money. Of course he did, Flashy, because of course she said, husband text me the cows got out. She said a week ago, remember? You gotta stick with that. I hope the cows get out every fucking day. But I think it's hilarious that they call him. Why wouldn't they? Oh, that's right, because he's your husband, right? Because he's your husband. Why wouldn't they call him? Water sport. What do I mean? 2 for movement. So 2 of your affirmations should contain the words always, constantly, or every day. Okay. So therefore, they're always doing something. They're constantly doing something. Every day they're saying something, right? Anything like that, because therefore that's movement, right? That's movement instead of just saying, we're in a committed relationship. We're in a committed relationship right now. We're in a committed relationship right now. Instead of just saying that, what motivates and excites people to keep going, which is what speeds up manifestations, is movement, is seeing something transitioning, because then it encourages them and it's kind of like uplifting to the point where they're like, okay, so this is real, right? So like, because, there's sometimes there may be a little skepticism at first, like, I hope this works type shit, right? But then all of a sudden, when you're affirming and you're saying things with that are implying movement, like he's always calling and texting me, right? Then you go from no contact to ping. All of a sudden he texted you. And you're just like, oh shit, okay. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, I'm gonna keep going. Ping. All of a sudden he texts you again. Then you're like, oh, hell yeah. I got this. Right? And so it speeds things up because you're excited about it versus living in the end of relationship and saying nothing. Because then that demotivates people. Okay? So because people can't not react to the 3D and they're always checking the 3D, you wouldn't have to check the 3D if you would see movement, if you would see confirmation in your 3D. Last boyfriend was in 2012. Now I'm obsessed over John. How do I stop that? Love and light. Right now, John is here. And you were here. You need to flip that. You're here. He's here. You need to take this, which get your photos out because we're going to do the photo method. Love and light, do the photo method too. You need to put on your crown. Okay? Because no one's above you in your fucking house. No one is above you in your house. Do you understand? Do you understand? You need to wear your crown and you need to believe that whoever I want wants me even fucking more. Like, this man is obsessed with me. You're not obsessed with him. He's obsessed with you. He cannot get enough of you. You need to see yourself as the baddest bitch. Like, he thinks I am perfect. Literally. Right? I'm perfection. He doesn't want anyone but me. You need to see yourself as like, you need to have the attitude like, I got options, bro. I got options. So, you're lucky I even want your ass. You are lucky I even want your ass. That's how you have to look at it. Okay, because being obsessed over John is a repellent. It pushes people away. It's not what causes people to chase you. But when you put yourself on that pedestal and you see yourself as the prize, as the baddest bitch, then guess what? They now chase you. They're pursuing you over and over and over again. Okay, so that's how you flip those roles. How to manifest SP want to see me on his birthday? There's a couple ways, Nesp, you can do that. There's a couple ways. You can literally be like, he wants to take me on his birthday. He totally wants to take me on his birthday. Or, okay. Pause your questions so we can do the photo method. Okay, so here's the thing. You guys wouldn't, like, I'll tell you, you can literally sit there and say he absolutely wants to see me on his birthday. In fact, he wants to see only me on his birthday. He can't wait to spend his birthday with me and only me. I'm his gift. But here's the thing. You wouldn't have to, like, none of you guys would need to manifest any of that shit if you get a fucking grip on your thoughts. If you get a grip on your thoughts and focus on what you want, you wouldn't need to manifest him wanting to see you on his birthday because you'd already be spending, obviously, a lot of time together. That would be a given. That would be a given. Okay? Because the people that they're with or they're spending constantly a lot of time with, then the birthday is a natural part of that. So you wouldn't need to worry about, like, a lot of you guys would not need to worry about this little mundane Munish detail shit if you guys would be like, no, because like I don't want to see him on his birthday and then I don't hear from his ass for a whole another fucking 20 months. Nope. I'd rather get this party started today. Let's get this party started now. Okay, where he wants to see me all day every day. He wants to see me. He cannot get enough of me. I wonder if I can't see it now. I have an itch. And that's what you're supposed to do, right? I wish it would tell you who reports videos. I think they should. Why hide behind a screen? Why hide? They should expose them for who they are. Have you ever heard that saying? Snitches is... Oh, there's a lot of sayings when it comes to snitches. I wouldn't want to be one. Stop being a hater, too. If you guys are hating on people, except for good or trash, of course, stop being a hater. Thanks, Lisa, girlfriend. Can we start from the beginning? How do you start manifesting SP? Okay, water sport. Hey, Jasnia. I will get into that on how to start manifesting your SP because I do get a lot of new people here. But we're going to do the photo method real quick, okay? We're not going to do the energy cord cutting right now because I really need to honestly go to the bathroom. And I need to turn on the air because it's freaking hot. It's hot. So, all right. That sounds like a spicy dream, Flashy. All right, so hold your questions so I can address the questions before we, after we get back. Okay, so we're going to do the photo method. So I want you guys to grab a picture of your SP right now. Grab any picture of your SP, okay? Now, the photo method is designed to get you contact. If you are new here, the photo method does work. It works very powerfully. It's designed to get you contact with you and your SP. No circumstances do not matter. I don't give a shit about your circumstances. It don't matter. Okay? So it doesn't matter at all. All we want is to get you over the first hurdle, and that is contact with your SP. Okay? Because SP is a specific person. So once you get over the first hurdle of contact from you and from your SP, then it's a lot easier for you to step into that, for you to start getting more contact, okay, and more contact and more contact and more contact, okay. So basically, it is thought transmission is what we're doing because you hear 100% of their thoughts, like that you control 100% of the thoughts all the time when it comes to you. Okay, you can, so you control their thoughts. So as long as you keep telling yourself that you're blocked and they're not contacting you, they don't want to talk to you, guess what? They're not going to because you're controlling their thoughts. So instead, we want to focus our thoughts and tell them what we want them to be doing. Therefore, it's their idea. Okay, this is mind control. It's their idea. And so, because you're always processing thoughts, you're always transferring thoughts to each and every person in your life. Okay, so what thoughts do you want them to be thinking? About you and all day? About you and only you? Okay? All right, so I want you to go back into a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. Like this person, usually it's in the beginning, when everything, they were checking all the boxes, okay? Everything was perfect. Like they were hitting all the notes, that they were your perfect person. I want you to go back to that time right now. Forget who they were 5 seconds ago. That person no longer exists. Instead, you're going to go back right now and you're going to recall the version of your SP that was in love with you, that was obsessed with you, that was always calling and texting you. You never had to question if you would hear from them that day. You just knew you would. They were constantly spending time with you. Okay, you want to recall that version now and spend about 20 seconds and remind yourself who they were as a person for you. How did they make you feel? Well, right now, that is who they are for you. Okay, that's who they are for you right now. No other version of them exists anymore except for your perfect person. Forget how they treated you in the past. Forget all the heartbreak. Forget all the mean things they ever said. None of that matters anymore. Because you've selected right now a different version of your SP. You've selected your perfect person, your perfect version right now. Okay? Now, if you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. Okay? If you are not new here, you're going to straighten your crown, bitches, because here we don't take our crowns off. We wear our crowns 24/7. We get what we want and we get it when we want it. That is not who you are. That spoiled ass bitch. That is who you are right now. Okay? We get what we want. We give our commands. Hey, IA world. Okay, so When queens and kings give commands, do they have to check to see if their command is fulfilled? Do they sit there and wonder and worry and doubt or question if their command will be fulfilled? No, they don't. When kings and queens give commands, they expect and know that their command will be carried out. They just know it because they are the king and the queen. You are the king and queen of your reality. What you say goes in your reality. So right now, you are going to know and expect them to contact you because this is your reality. You're the queen and the king of your reality. Okay? Now, if you're in no contact or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to look at your SP's photo and you're going to tell them, you could say contact, text, or call, really doesn't matter. Okay. So you're going to sit there and you're going to look at their photo and say, no, Angela, do not bring it up. But right now, you're going to look at his photo and tell him he's coming to see you today. Okay? So if you're no contact or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then you are going to tell them that they're contacting you right now. You're texting me right now. If you're alone, say it out loud so you can say it with a little bit more authority. If you're not alone, then say it in your mind. Don't look like a complete wacko, okay? And you're going to say, you're texting me right now. 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 Okay, now if you are in consistent contact, then you have two choices. You can move to the next step, or you can tell them they're contacting you right now. Okay, so you can sit there and you can tell them you can say, you're contacting me right now just to prove your innate power, or you can sit there and tell them, you're coming to see me today. 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 Okay, now if you're in a friendship, situationship, or a relationship with your SP, or you're constantly spending time together, then you can have fun with this. You can tell them to do whatever you want. You can tell them to contact you right now, come to see you today. Or you can tell them that they're buying you dinner tonight, they're bringing you dinner tonight. They are going to rub your feet tonight. They're going to give you sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. They're bringing you flowers, say whatever it is that you want. Okay? Have fun with this. Yeah, we'll discuss what you just fucking said after this break. Okay, I'm gonna pause this live like I do every time so I can go to the restroom and so you're gonna do it right now. So I want you to do your commands right now to your SP and expect them to contact you. And we're so now you're going to sit back for that. Look at that guy. Look at that. Of course he is. Of course he is. See how that works? Voter method is very powerful, okay? You can use this for anything. You can do it as often as you want, whenever you want, for whatever you want, okay? This is where you leverage the law, okay? You sit there and say, okay, thought transmission's real. So, Angela, pay attention. AI world, pay attention. This is where you don't waver from it. Yes, water sport, it can be digital. Don't waver from it, okay? So, Angela, you're supposed to be seeing him tonight. Don't question it. Do not question it. Just know, of course, he always keeps his plans with me. He always keeps his commitments to me. I don't care if he goes to everybody in the world, but not me. He always keeps his plans. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth, sister. Okay, that's how you have to come from that, is he always keeps his plans with me. Tell yourself that. Do not question if you're going to see him today. Okay, do not do that. Okay, same with you, AI world. So, hey, Chanel girlfriend. So AI world, it wasn't that you forgot to affirm one day. That's not what happened. Okay, what happened was, because the reality is you're not going to affirm all day long, every day for the rest of your fucking life for you and your SP, right? So that's not what happened. What happened was that person reacted but differently. Okay, your SP reacted but differently. And you selected in that moment old version of your SP. And that's what you got. So then you had the worst fight, which tells me that you did not do what I told you to do, because you should not have had the worst fight. You could have had a disagreement, sure, but not the worst fight. The worst fight came into play because you reacted. You reacted verbally. Remember, guys, we have the saying here, we do not verbalize, we internalize. Okay? So what you should have done after the disagreement, you should have learned to shut the fuck up, right? Shut up, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket, right? And you should have instead persisted in perfect SP. You should have persisted at that moment, even right after the argument, is said, nope. They're my perfect boyfriend. He's my perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. No harm done. No harm done. But you need to go back to selecting perfect version and don't waver from that version. Even if you see cold behavior, even if you notice a behavior change. Nope, perfect person. Perfect boyfriend only. And don't verbalize. They could be saying whatever the fuck they want out of their mouth. But in here, perfect boyfriend, best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He is the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. And it turns around. And it turns around. Okay? That's what you guys have to understand. This is none of this is a long, drawn out process. Water sport, you basically look at the photo and you're telling them what to do. Okay? All right, fire sign. Girl, link is in the bio, sis. Book a call. Let's chat. Okay? This way you have to understand. Nothing... It's like a game in your mind, okay? Like literally it's like a game that we play in our own minds, and it's just human nature. Okay, so it's like where you will say something or think something one time and then have it push out, even though technically you're affirming the opposite, right? But you're not, because at the same time you're questioning. So like an example, you could be affirming for gutter trash to go away. Okay, so it's like you're affirming gutter trash to go away, gutter trash to go away, gutter trash to go away. But then you have momentary thoughts where it's like, is he still talking to her? Is she still there? Is he still talking to her? Affirm. Is he still talking to her? Affirm. And then get the proof he is still talking to her. But that's because that's the conversation you're still having in your mind. You're still wavering on that front of, are they still talking? Are they still together? Are they still seeing each other, even though you're affirming against it? Okay, so that's where persistent comes into play, where it doesn't matter. Even if you get that confirmation that you don't want, you still persist through it. Okay, so water sports and love and light. Let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we, real quick? Because I'm going to go in about 45 minutes. These eggs aren't painting themselves. And these spice containers are not filling themselves. And I don't like my writing, so I got the ones that are already pre-written. And I was almost going to throw away the box, but then I remembered I'm moving. So we need to keep the box because they're all like individually thing, right? On a side note. So let's take a trip down memory lane real quick, because I need you guys. It's my goal with every one of my people, because no one else talks about this except for me, is that you understand what caused your breakup. Because if you understand what caused your breakup, then you can understand you can cause your makeup. Okay, but I have to get you in a place where you understand you caused all this, okay? Which no one fucking talks about, except for me, because I have your back, okay? All right, so you met your boyfriend, right? First you met, you exchanged numbers, you started to get to know each other, and you realize that this guy is perfect. Like this person is checking all the boxes, makes you feel good about yourself, like you are just in the feel-good vibes, enjoying everything about this person. So your relationship starts to escalate. You start to talk every day, all day, every day, right? You're constantly spending time together. He's taking you on dates, and now, boom, you're in a relationship. Everything going great. Okay, then you have an argument. It starts as a disagreement, but because you ladies can't shut the hell up, it turns into a full-blown argument because you have to have the last word. You need to get him to understand how you feel. I need him to get my side of the story. He needs to understand. And so you're arguing about it. And the more he doesn't give a shit, or the more he's over it, the more enraged you get. And then the argument verbally stops. But not for you. The argument commences here. And you're bitching. I can't believe he said that. You're thinking about all the things he said during this argument. I can't believe he talked to me that way. He was so disrespectful. What an asshole. Like, he said all these hurtful things to me. Then some of you guys will go back for round 2. Like, oh, I'm not done talking to you yet. Right? Or you'll call anyone who will listen. Let me call my bestie. Let me call my friends. Let me call my mom. And let me just bitch and tell them all about the argument we just had. And then you guys make up. right back on track, right? You guys make up, right back on track. Then you have another disagreement, which turns into an argument, and it goes the same way the last one went. And then you brush it under the rug, make up. And as you notice over time through the course of your relationships, your arguments start to get a little bit more frequent. And at some point in your relationship, you start to not even recognize the person that you date, that you're with anymore. And oftentimes you'll verbalize that to people like, he's changed. He's changed. I don't recognize him anymore. Like, this is not the same man that I fell in love with. You know, he's acting differently, you know, and so forth. And so the arguments commence over and over and over again. And now your relationship is on the decline. And at some point towards the end of your relationship, you are now questioning your relationship. Does he still love me? Like, does he even want to be together? Are we good? Is he going to break up with me? Like, are we going to work this out? You have all of those questions pop up. And then the breakup. And then after the breakup, oh, now things get real good. Now the breakup happens, and then what happens? Oh, you, especially with you ladies. Now let me call him. Let me just blow his shit up because I just need to talk to him. If I could just talk to him, then I'll get him to understand. We'll get back together. I just need to talk to him and explain myself, grovel, whatever. So you start calling him 55,000 times. He doesn't answer those. So then you call. Then you're like, let me call him private number because he just might not know it's me. And then if he doesn't answer those, let me blow his shit up again. Let me text him 55,000 times. And if he doesn't answer those texts, let me go on his social media. And maybe I'll start liking his stories and his posts to try and get his attention. And maybe I'll send him a couple DMs. And some of you guys would be like, let me just drive to his house. Therefore, I'll be able to talk to him then. Well, how'd that work out? All you did after your breakup is force the 3D. And that doesn't work. So the more you force the 3D and try to get him to talk to you, the more you pushed his ass away. And now you're blocked. Now you're in just no contact at all. A lot of you are blocked because of your behavior after the breakup. So the good news is that, so the reason why this happened was because every time you had an argument, every time you bitched about him to people, to yourself, you selected a different version of your SP over and over and over again. And throughout the relationship, the more you argued, your version of your SP that you're selecting got worse and worse and worse. So therefore, that's why towards the end of your relationship, you didn't even recognize this person anymore. He was completely changed. Of course he was, because you changed him. You selected a version of him that you didn't want every time you bitched about him. So therefore, he had to play his part. He didn't have a choice. If you think he's an asshole and he's disrespectful, and that's how you're describing him, well, how do you think he had to talk to you? How do you think he had to treat you? Like an asshole and disrespectful. If you think he's mean to you, guess what he has to be to you all the time? Mean to you. He doesn't have a choice. It's the version that you're selecting of him. And you're constantly selecting a version of him all the time. So the growth happens when you argue. So the fact is, if you can create your breakup, you can also create your makeup. Okay? And it's no different. It's no different. You didn't robotically affirm for your breakup. I don't think you were like, he's going to break up with me. 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 Did you? No. You didn't have to drink a magic glass of water for him to break up with you, did you? No. You didn't have to do a vision board. You didn't have to script. You didn't have to do all that crap that law of attraction people love to teach you. Visualizations. Like, you didn't have to do any of that to create your breakup. So you don't have to do any of that to create... What? That is cute, Sabrina. Thanks, girlfriend. So you didn't have to do any of that to create your makeup. All you have to do is what created your breakup and do the opposite. And do the opposite. Now, I'm not saying don't robotically affirm. That's not what I'm saying. I stand by robotic affirming. I always will, because robotic affirming, the only reason why we robotically affirm is to saturate our mind with what we want, with thoughts that we want. Because you process 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So what are you choosing to think about all day long? what an avoidant he is, what an asshole he is. You can't do that. Thanks, brother, sister. You can't do that. So you have to start now describing him exactly how you would have described him back then. How would you have described him? Take a look at your comparisons. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Describe him now and go back and now describe the person he was when you first met. You'll see the difference in your descriptions. Well, which one is he conforming to now? Your current description. That has to change. That has to change. That's what people don't tell you. They teach you just to affirm. That's not the case. If everyone just had to affirm for what they wanted, they would have affirm. That's not the case. If everyone just had to affirm for what they wanted, they would have it. They would have it. Which is why I should go and comment on his video because it's fucking stupid. Like, his advice is so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. But it's not the same. Manifesting an SP is not the same as manifesting money. Like, it's not. Manifesting an SP back is not the same as it is with money. It's not. There's core principles, yes. But there's different things. Selecting the version of your SP that you want them to be for you is a requirement. It is a requirement. Because let's say, if all you had to do was affirm, everyone would be back with their SPs. Everyone would, right? So like, let's say you're affirming that he's always calling and texting you. He's texting you right now. He's texting you right now. Let's say you're talking to his photo and you're like, you're texting me right now. But you still think he's an asshole. You care to guess what kind of text message you're going to get? It ain't going to be a nice one. So therefore, you have to change that story and say, no, I want loving, sweet boyfriend. So I'm going to assign the meaning to every conversation we have as loving and sweet, loving and sweet, loving and fucking sweet. And when this man tries to test me and when he tries to get me to react verbally, nope, not going to do it anymore, bruh. No more. I ain't reacting for shit verbally. Because I'm going to go in my mind palace and change it in my mind. And that's all I have to do. Because that's all I had to do to create the mess that I had. So all you have to do is the same thing, but the opposite, to get your SP back. Oh yeah, we don't call third parties. That implies competition. We call them gutter trash here. And we send them back to the dumpsters they crawled out of. And if you have to send gutter trash back to the dumpster she crawled out of 10 fucking times, I don't give a shit, but she's going back 10 times. And then we're going to close the lid and let the dump truck take the trash out. Yeah, because all third parties are trash. And you need to see them that way. Trash. Like, bitch, you only wish you could be half of me. Yeah. That attitude changes everything. Okay. Oh, thanks, Convicted. Okay, so water sport. You're only friends with your SP because that's exactly the label you're giving your relationship. You think you're just friends. So as long as you view your relationship with him as friends, he won't view it as anything other than that. He won't, because that's the label you've given it. Okay? And you can ask him too. You can ask him till you're blue in the face. He'll just confirm what you don't want, and that is friendship. No, I don't see any. I don't have any romantic feelings for you. We're just friends. The fuck? Not anymore. Not anymore. He absolutely has romantic feelings for me. He wants nothing more but to be in a relationship with me right now. Yeah, and everything that you do as friends, you need to start assigning relationship, because he will give the same meaning. He doesn't have a choice. So you need to change friendship to relationship. You all understand that these all end with ship, right? Friendship, situationship, relationship. So give it the meaning you want. Relationship. Good, free dove, but persist mainly in your perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend. Perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We have the best relationship. And I told you, free dove, maybe you didn't hear me when I said this. You can react, not to him, not to him. You can react to yourself. To yourself. Okay? Where it's like, let's say this man says something that fucking pisses you off, right? Rubs you, thanks, convicted, rubs you the wrong whole ass way. Kindly remove yourself. Kindly remove yourself. Like, you know what? I gotta go to the bathroom. Turn on that fucking sink, turn on some music. I don't give a shit. And cuss his whole ass out. Cuss his whole fucking ass out. Be like, you motherfucker, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Fuck you, bitch. Like, whatever you gotta say. Thanks, convicted. Love you. Whatever you have to say, let it out. And then breathe. And be like, he's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. He is the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. Perfect boyfriend, best relationship. And then put your happy ass right back in bed. Okay? That's all you got to do. All right, well, guys, sorry. Convicted is my new favorite person now. Sorry. If you don't get roses in real life, get them on the line. I prefer both. But that's what you have to, okay? So you can do that, okay? You can literally cuss his whole ass out to yourself and then flip that shit and then get right back in bed and be like, good night, honey. You'll feel better. You will feel better. Well, thank you, convicted chaos. And so I'm telling you, you will feel freaking way better because you'll be like, yeah, that's right. I told that motherfucker what I felt to myself. To myself. KTJO. Your SP blocked you on Snap and unfriended you on Facebook after not responding to texts for 7 months. After he didn't respond to your text for 7 months, I'm going to go with that one. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. You need to see your SP the way you want to see him. As perfect. In love with you. Wants to talk to you all the damn time. Cannot stop messaging you. All of that stuff. And not worry about being blocked on Instagram or unfriended on Facebook. Don't worry about that. Because all he has to do is click that. Like the same way he blocked you, all he has to do is be like, unblocked. Job done. Okay. But you have to see that version of your SP. Okay. You have to select that version of your SP. I mean, I can help you with that all day. I just had somebody's SP. Well, not just. It was like a week ago. She's blocked. And within 2 days, he was on her doorstep. Unannounced. And she was still blocked. So, circumstances don't matter. Okay? Circumstances don't matter because you have to ask yourself this. Like, honestly, on the priority spectrum here, do I want to be unblocked and have him never fucking talk to me? Or do I give a shit about being blocked and we talk every fucking day? You know what I'm saying? As like I told you guys, me and my boyfriend we don't follow each other on social media at all. At all. For what? He does not have he has zero desire to watch any of my videos. So what? because he knows what I do for a living. He's like, no, I'm good. So what? We've never been friends on social media, ever. You think I care? Nope. You think he cares? Nope. But we live together. So, and we're still not friends on social media. And do you know what my relationship status is on Facebook? Single. Because I don't care. I don't care. I feel like when I was a juvenile, then, right, you get in a relationship and then you go and you change your relationship status. And then when you guys get in a disagreement, right, then what do you change it to? It's complicated. Like all of that, right? And then I'd have certain friends where I would know when they were arguing based on their fucking social media content they would put out. And I would always tell my friend, I said, you know how stupid you look online, right? Where like you'll like make digs at your boyfriend and we totally know who, everyone on your friends list knows who you're talking about. So we know there's problems in your paradise. And then 3 days later, you're all like lovey-dovey again. You look crazy. So I wouldn't worry about that stuff. But I mean, you can turn it all around by persisting in the opposite. Okay. Well, you have to look at it this way, KTJ. Okay. Like look at it as flattery, right? I always tell people this. You have two choices. You can view it as he doesn't like you, right? He blocked me because he wants nothing to do with me. I know, Taylor. I know, you're like, it's complicated. What's complicated? I love drama. I love it. As long as it doesn't involve me. I'll be a spectator all day to the drama. As long as it's not in my fucking life. But you have two choices. You can sit there and literally look at, you can look at being blocked as a bad thing, right? As he doesn't want to talk to me. That's why I'm blocked. He doesn't want to talk to me. Or you can look at it from a flattery position, like, oh, he just, I get it. He wants to silently stalk me. That's what he wants to do. He wants to stalk my profile and he just doesn't want me knowing he's doing it. I got it. So he's constantly checking out my stories. He cannot stay off my profile. And he just doesn't want me to see that, right? Because he could be on your profile 17 times a day. You would never know, though, if he blocks you right after. You would never know. So I'd prefer option number 2 instead of option number 1. Oh, look at that. Beauty and the Beast. I just saw that movie. Not the animated one. The regular one. And we were laughing. We said, you know, she fell in love with the Beast. And then he turned into some, in my opinion, ugly-ass prince. Could you imagine, though? You fell in love and all of a sudden you see his true self and you're like, how do we turn you back into the Beast? I mean, I'm just saying. It's all of a sudden he's not your cup of tea anymore and you're like, I was kind of hoping for something a little different. I think it's like this whole thing. I was like, I wouldn't have dated him. He's not my type in any sense of that word. I'd have preferred him as the Beast. Yes, Brittany, you could be delaying your manifestation when other coworkers are talking about your SP. And the only reason for that is because what they say, because I have another client that's dealing with the same thing. And the only reason that is because they can taint your vision of him. Like, let's say water cooler talk, right? This is why they call it water cooler talk. Is like, let's say you hear coworkers talk about how he's such a womanizer. Right? And then you're like, The fuck does that mean? He's a womanizer. Now you start to change your thoughts about him, because that's what you're hearing, right? But what you need to understand is, or you can just turn around and be like, haters will fucking hate. Haters will hate. They're just jealous. Yeah. Or you can say that all your coworkers, no, probably not. I know you. It's probably not the good one. But you can literally, that's what I would do. Don't let them taint your views on him. Don't let them taint your thoughts on him. Or go get all of them fucking fired. That's right, Shasnia, that's right. Like, he loves to look at my photos. You guys don't even have to acknowledge being blocked, okay? You can literally just be like, he loves looking at my photos. Like, he's on my profile every fucking day. Like, literally, every day he's on my profile. That's what I would do, okay? Because KTJO, whatever you're responding, whatever you're messaging him, is likely forcing the 3D. If you're not messaging him with a, hey, how's it going today type of thing, then you're forcing the 3D. Okay. If you're messaging him like, why aren't you talking to me? You know, I miss you. I really want to see you. Can we hang out? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, that's forcing the 3D. If you're trying to tell him how you feel about him, if you're trying to do all that, that is chasing. That is chasing. Stop chasing. Okay, if you are new, well, there you go, Brittany. You're about to be his only employee, bitch. Only employee. Okay, I'll get to you in a second, Eden. If you are new here, I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I am known as the queen of manifestation because I'm fucking good at it, period. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I have hundreds of testimonials of people who have gotten back together with their SPs and have gotten massive movement. I've only been focused on SPs for the past 60 days. So if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong, because a lot of you need that, and to find out how to fix it so that your SP can start conforming today, then all links are in my bio. Okay, I also offer personalized hypnosis meditations for you guys, hypnosis recordings. So you can listen to those. I also have sleep meditations, so go check all this shit out. But really, these 2 services will change your life. I started my whole career in the manifestation community with weight loss, and that is because I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise. So I've also manifested 2 wildly successful businesses in the past. This one is the 3rd, as well as massive boatloads of cash. So those are the 4 topics I teach on because those are the 4 subjects I know. I don't sit there and parrot information online. I don't sit there and tell you what doesn't work. I tell you what works. Okay? Because I've done it and I'm good at it. So I'm good to help you. I'm here to help you be good at it. I go live every day here on TikTok at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Every day I'm live at 10 o'clock Pacific time, with the exception of today, of course. And so if you ever miss a live, I always upload the lives on YouTube. So while you're there, subscribe and also watch them. Play them in the background, engage with them, leave a comment, do something like that so that YouTube will push my videos out to a wider audience, because I need them to know that there's a lot of trash going around the internet. There's a lot of misinformation, and I want to make sure that you guys get the help that you guys need, and we can help as many people find love in their life. I'm a low price leader in the coaching space because I refuse to charge you a shit ton of money to help you get love back in your life. That's not right for me. It's not who I am as a person, so I don't do it here. But I'm good. Okay. Also, if I happen to not be live on TikTok, that's why you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because if I'm not on TikTok, I'll be on YouTube live every day. Okay? Okay. I should start saying that shit now, bitches. You guys know why. Okay. So Let's get rid of people who want to come in here and try and hustle. I don't know who take. That's like the worst business model in the world. I don't know who teaches that. Okay. So, Eden Brooke, sister, let's talk. Because I got to go and like very shortly. Because I have a date with my daughter. Okay. So, what if it's an ex that genuinely has you blocked on everything and claims he's happier without you? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares if that's what he said? I don't care what comes out of his mouth, and you now don't either. Okay? You have two choices. All of you have two choices. You can listen to what they say, or you can choose to ignore what they say, because whatever they're saying isn't their words. Sure, it's their voice, but it isn't their words. They're yours. So all they're doing is projecting your thoughts back onto you. That's it. So why are you listening to them? Everything is feedback. If they say something you don't like and you don't want to hear, you have to be like, feedback, somewhere I went wrong here. And when you do that, things change. So I guarantee you at some point in time thought that he's happier without you, that he doesn't want to be with you, that you don't make him happy, this, that, and the fucking third. Somehow you had these thoughts that led to him telling you that. It may not have been exactly those words, but somewhere you had those thoughts and he reflected it back to you, where either you were questioning if he wanted to be with you, you were questioning if he was happy in your relationship, all of those things. And then he verbalized it to you. And a lot of you guys, all of your SPs verbalize things to you. They've done it your entire relationship, but you have to stop listening to them. Stop listening to them. Okay. You need to stop listening to all the things that they've told you, because they told you one fucking time and then you took it and ran with it. And now you're justifying their behavior. You're making excuses for them because of something they told you. Fuck what they told you. I don't care. Don't listen to them. Stop listening to them. Right now. Right now. I don't care if he's like, things are just busy at work. Not for me. And not for what's that got to do with me. Don't verbalize that. Internalize it. Say, oh, he's busy at work for everybody else. That means that means he doesn't have time for anybody but me. But me. That's all that meant. Oh, well, I have the kids this weekend. Cool. I'll talk to you later, honey. Yeah. He's never too busy for me. Never, ever, ever. I don't want to be with you. Excuse me? All I heard is, you absolutely are in love with me. I'm the only one that makes you happy. You are only happy when he's only happy when he's with me. And only me. We have the perfect relationship and he knows it. I'm his only priority. I'm his only priority. He's constantly making time for me. That's all you heard. And he will reflect that too. It'll be like night and day, where he could literally wake up tomorrow and you could talk, he could call you tomorrow and be like, and you'll be like, and he'll be like, oh my God, I've missed you so much. Like, I'm just not happy without you. And you're like, motherfucker, do you remember what you just told me? No, he doesn't. Because that wasn't him. That was you. They're only always reflecting your thoughts. Even if you weren't thinking he's busy and he said he's busy. Because remember, everyone has their own realities. Everyone also has their own assumptions too, in their own reality, based on their upbringing, based on their past experiences. You, on the other hand, cannot let them come into your reality. You cannot let what's may very well be true to him affect your relationship, affect your thoughts about him. No. You cannot do that, because that's why you guys are constantly, well, he said this, he said that, he said this. Who gives a shit? Who cares? None of that matters. None of that matters. From this point forward, I don't hear, I automatically, I reject. Did you just say something I don't want to hear? Reject. Rejected. I'm going to change it in my mind. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to change my mind. I'm not going to sit there and listen to bullshit. You think I'm going to sit there and listen to you tell me something I don't want to hear? I don't think so. The only thing I'm going to listen to is what I want to hear. And if you try to tell me something I don't want to hear, I don't know what he's talking about. That has nothing to do with me. He's had the worst luck in relationships. Yeah, with everybody but me. With everyone but me. Yeah, I'm the only one that makes him happy. In fact, I'm the best relationship he's ever fucking had. Period. Okay. Oh, I've just had trust issues. I have trust issues. I'm not ready for commitment. To who? Oh, no. You absolutely want a commitment with me. You are 100% committed to me and our relationship, period. Because the only reason they're saying that is one, based on past experiences, or two, because you have been doing nothing but questioning where this relationship is going. Are we going to get in a relationship? You're waiting on them to confirm. You're waiting on them to do something you want them to do. You can't do that. You're not waiting on them to contact you. I'm not waiting on you to unblock me. I'm not waiting on you to want to be with me. No, buh. I don't think so, boo-boo. No. In here, you can't stop talking to me. You're obsessed with me. You cannot stop talking to me. You have to be near me all the time. Like literally all the time. You'll do anything to commit to me right now. Anything to be with me right now. That's in here. And it must push out here. Because the only reason your reality shows you the opposite is because all you're doing is bitch. Complain. Why do they go no contact? Natalie, if the reason why they'll pull back or they'll go no contact is because you are focusing on the time. You'll focus on I haven't talked to him today. What is he doing? Is there someone else? Why isn't he talking to me? Does he not want to talk to me anymore? Are we not good? Why is he ignoring me? Boom, no contact. Because in your mind, you're saying the opposite of what you want. Okay, you're reacting to the 3D and boom, pushes out. Yes, Eden, there's a very quick way to speed up the process. All you need to do is see your SP exactly how you want to see him. When you're probably first dating. Okay? When you're first dating, they were checking all the boxes. Okay? And so you have to see them as that version for you. Fuck everybody else. He can be an asshole to everybody else, but not to me. Not to me. Okay? So you need to see him only as that version for you. And then affirm for what it is that you want in steps. It's all you have to do. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. And if you'll do that, they confirm like it's going out of style. Okay, somebody hired me to manifest for her, and she played her part because I tell you guys how to play your part. And she was in no contact with her SP for 6 months. Her husband actually was not living at home. No contact for 6 months. Did the photo method, got contact. Did it again, got contact again. Hired me to manifest for her. In 4 days, he's home. A completely different husband. She even said that. It might still be in my stories. I posted it yesterday. Where she said, Jen, what did you do to my husband? Because he's a completely different man. Of course. You have to see him only as the version you want for you. And he must conform. He doesn't have a choice. Yeah, well, you know what? Caddy-way. Right here. Caddy-way right here. Yes, I do manifest for people. I do manifest for SPs. Now, there she is, Sarah Anna. That's her story. I don't make the shit up. I think that's my trouble, as there was gutter trash right from the cup. Okay, that's an excuse, Natalie. Okay, it's an excuse. It is. Because that was my story. Right away. There was gutter trash. Literally. And so what? I've always had a pretty good self-concept. And so typically when you look at gutter trash, you're like, Oh. Okay. Get even halfway on my level. So, it didn't matter. Gutter trash plays their part perfectly in aiding in your manifestation, even if they are not aware of it. They play their part perfectly. So you don't have to worry about it. You just have to persist. Azora, I'm going to jet in like 5 minutes, guys. Azora, how do you affirm in steps? Affirming in steps is very simple. So you need to take where you're currently at with your SP. So most of you are at no contact. Okay, so you would start with no contact, right? And we affirm the first 3 affirmations are designed to get you contact. So it'd be like, he is so obsessed with me. He's obviously going to contact you. I'm all he ever thinks about, leading to contact. He's always calling and texting me, contact. He's constantly spending time with me, next progression in the relationship, and he'll do anything to be in a relationship. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Relationship. But you can't drop an affirmation until it becomes a natural thing for you, okay? Until it becomes an expectation. So when you just know that I'm going to talk to him today, of course, I talk to him every day, like, then you can drop the affirmation. You know, if you find yourself questioning if you're going to hear from him today, or you're wigging out because he hasn't texted you back within 30 fucking minutes or 6 hours, and you're like, why hasn't he texted me? You cannot drop the affirmation. Okay. And so that is manifesting in steps versus living in the end of relationship when you're in no contact. That's not realistic advice. Okay. Because how the heck do you see yourself in a relationship when you're not even speaking? That's why that doesn't work for people. I've had people come to me when they've tried living in the end for 2 fucking years, and they got nothing until they did what I said. And then when they did what I said, movement. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. What's your view when the relationship is on and off? My view, Elin, when the relationship is on and off, happy Easter, Jenna. My view when the relationship is on and off is because you are reacting. You're going back and forth to hot and cold behavior. Okay, so everything is a pattern. So basically what happens is everything was great, and then you guys were on, and then you were off, right? Maybe you guys took a break, you had a breakup, split, whatever. So then now you're back in contact. This is why I tell you guys we need to evolve here, okay? So now you're back in contact. But you can't run, all you've done is run your relationship every time the same way you ran the last one with your SP. You can't do that. Because you guys break up, then you guys get back together. But the problem is you're doing exactly what you did the first time you were together. Reacting about everything, verbalizing everything, forcing the 3D, and freaking, and selecting the old version of him. So then your relationship, how did the second time, how did it work out? Oh, that's right. You broke up again. Then you get him back and you guys get back together. But the problem is you're running your relationship the same way you ran it the last 2 times. So then you break up again. Over and over and over again. It's a cycle. It's a pattern because you have not evolved. You have not done things differently. So here, what I teach here is manifesting in steps, how to choose the version of your SP you want and how to keep them, how to evolve. You're not doing this for your SP. You're doing this for yourself. You have to evolve and you have to run your relationship different because even if you get your SP back, if you're not selecting the version of your SP consistently that you want, that's where hot and cold behavior comes in. They come back exactly as the same asshole that you didn't want. Okay. If you're not learning to shut up and not react verbally to things that they do, then your relationship always ends the same in a breakup. So here you have to learn to not react, how to keep things in your mind, how to internalize, how to maintain self-goddamn control. Okay, and do all these things. So therefore, when you guys come back together, your relationship is hot and steamy all the time. It's consistent. It's not like this. Because again, you guys know you guys love psychic readings. So this is probably was second to last time. Missed. Yeah, links are in my bio. If you guys want me to manifest your SPs for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me, the links are in the bio. Okay. Okay, psychic reading. This is the second to last time I'm going to do it for free, bitch. If you do not evolve as a person, if you do not do what I told you to do and evolve as a person and run your relationship differently, change your thoughts, learn how to control your thoughts, then you and your SP will not last. Sure, you may get back together if you ever do, but you will not last. Now, your second psychic reading. If you do what I say, you evolve as a person, become a better version of yourself, and you decide that you're going to run things differently in your relationship this time because you're in control of your entire relationship, then you guys will stay together. 100% guaranteed. Okay? So you have a choice to make. You have a choice to make. Do you want to evolve? Do you want to do things differently? Or do you want to continue to whine, moan, groan, and bitch about everything? What is it? What's your pleasure? I know you said you want to do things differently. These are the real readings. See? I'm gonna make money off these psychic readings. I'm telling you, I'm the best psychic in the fucking world. But they are real psychic readings. Okay? So that's what I want for you. Okay? AJ, I just gave you a psychic reading, bitch. All right? So do things differently. Follow me. I give real advice. I'm here to help you. Okay? And so that's what I'm here for. This is why I go live 7 days a week. You know, I have a boyfriend, right? I have a relationship, which is why I teach what I teach. And I still go live 7 days a week. He knows that about me. He's like, "You're going live today?" I was like, "I think so." He goes, "I knew you would." Of course, because he knows I love you guys. And so I'm here to guide you and here to be here for you. So I need you guys to get a fucking grip. Get a grip. Get a grip on your thoughts. It is not difficult. It's only difficult if you make it difficult. At least I saw. At least I saw your things. Hey, you know what? Who cares? You said happy Easter. So what? So what? Who cares? It's no different than a happy birthday or Merry Christmas one. Okay? So that's what I want for you guys. Okay? Get a grip right now. Get your thoughts under control. And this is a process. Start paying attention to the thoughts that you're processing all day, every day. Pay attention to them. Change them. And focus on what you want. And you will get what you want. Because either way it goes, you're focusing on something. And you're going to get exactly what you're focusing on. So are you going to choose now to focus on what you want or continue to focus on what you don't want? Because either way it goes, you will get whatever you focus on. So focus on what you want. No, Divine Valley, I did not, bitch. I haven't seen you all day on here. All right, guys, I got a jet. I got to color these eggs, but don't trip. I think they're going to come out. My daughter thinks I'm lacking imagination because I want them to be like, you know, decoration worthy, right? Decoration worthy. Okay, good, Convicted. Focus on what you want. Everybody focus on what you want, okay? Oh, well then I want you to tell me, Divine Valley, real quick, what did you do? What did you do? She thinks I lack the imagination. I said, no, it's called, I want them to be classy. But then again, I'm the worst at it. I'm the worst at decorating them. Things have been going so good with me and SP. His communication has been on point. That's right, girl. That's right. Now keep going. Persist in that. Okay, bestie, persist in that. And I want you to remember that. Hold on to this. Do I need to send you a screenshot of this? I want you to hold on to that. Okay. And I want you to remind yourself of that his communication has been on point because you have been consistent. Okay. His feedback goes both directions. Okay. Whenever they're doing things great, that's also feedback for you, is to be like, okay, yeah, see, no, his communication has been on point because I have been disciplined. I have been consistent in the version I'm selecting and what I want. So I'm going to keep that going too. Right? Proud of you. And I love you, bitch. I love you. All right. I love all of you guys. I will definitely send you guys a picture of my eggs, and I'm pretty sure you'll know which one mine are. Although we're gonna make a communal one together. All right, guys. I love you. I love you, besties, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.